Yeah. What's up, man? It's our boy, Coach Malachi Williams in the building. We back. True Media Today, USA Boxing. We are back. Yeah, man, I'm back on, finna turn this TV on right quick. Trying to see what's up. Can you guys hear me? I wonder, can you guys hear me or not? If you guys can't hear me, let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me, because I can't hear my damn self. All right, Boston Jim said, what up, coach? D-Block say thumbs up. Hey, shout out to Lou Peterson. Lou, what's going on, fam? So everybody can hear me. Okay, cool. You guys can hear me, but I can't hear myself. All right, fine. Let me go ahead and turn it on. I wonder why. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm trying to see something. Hold on. All right, I gotta figure out why I can't hear my goddamn self. Through the damn. I gotta figure out why I can't hear my I can hear myself, but I'm saying I can't hear the actual show the way you guys can hear it. I can't hear the show the way you guys can hear it. But anyways, let's give everybody that's here a round of applause. I'm trying to hear it. As a matter of fact, let me turn the TV on, man. I'm trying to hear it. Let me go to the YouTube app on my damn on my computer, on my Fire Stick. What's going on? Why you ain't moving? Yeah, this some bullshit. Nah, this shit ain't moving. Nah, it's not moving. All right, fuck it. Oh, you know what? All right, fuck it. It is what it is. Fuck it. I ain't got the patience for this shit right now. Anyway, man, shout out to everybody, man. What's going on? Shout out to Black Ice. Shout out to Al Money. Shout out to my sister Lisa Bells. D-Block is in the building. L Harvey's in the building. Jamie Rivera's in the building. Salute, fam. Who else we got in the building? Shout out to Reggie. Reggie, what's going on, fam? Black Ice is in the building as well. Gertz. Al Money always get money. Shout out to Lou Peterson as well. Et cetera. We're going to get into the show. I was watching this interview yesterday with Shakur Stevenson in the $1 million Game Worth of podcast, $1 million Worth of Game podcast. I really don't listen to the $1 million Game Worth of podcast. The only time I do is like if they have a fighter on there or something of that sort. So I don't catch them. I don't catch those guys all the time. I try to catch them when I can, but I don't catch them all the time. But it was a pretty good, interesting interview. I saw it last week. I only saw part of it. I saw the part to where when he got to what happened with Shakur and the Tank Davis negotiations, Shakur and the Devin Haney negotiations or whatever that was. I don't even know that was a real negotiations or not. But so I did see it. I did see that part, but I never got a chance to see the part where he's talking about the Tank Davis questions. I didn't get a chance to see that. I only saw like bits and pieces and stuff like that. So I went back and watched it. There was some very, very interesting things he said on there as it relates to Tank. And there's some things he said that I agree with. And one of the things I agree with is this: certain fighters, and it's like that in life. In life, nothing is fair, right? There's nothing that's fair in life. In life, you're gonna have people in life that are a little bit more privileged than others. You're gonna have people in life that have a little bit more things than others. You're gonna have people in life that have less things than others. You get what I'm saying? So that's just the reality of the situation. That's life. That's how life is. And boxing is pretty much the same thing. Boxing is mostly. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to find another remote. Boxing is a sport that's mostly comprised of blue-collar fighters. And I think as boxing fans don't really realize that and understand that. Boxing is mostly comprised of blue-collar fighters. Boxing is really not. Let me explain to you what I mean. There's not a bunch of Tank Davises running around. There's not a. You get what I'm saying? There's not a. There's just not a bunch of Tank Davises running around. They're just not. You get what I'm saying? There's not a bunch of Terrence Crawford's running around, or Anthony Joshua's running around, or Canelo's. There's not a bunch of those guys. And some of those fighters, when you reach a certain level in your career, it just like I look at boxing like just like any other job. When you reach a certain level, let's say you're on a job, right? And you reach a certain level on your job, well, you might get elevated to being a supervisor. You may get elevated to being the manager. You may end up being the VP of operations or whatever. And you may be a big dog status in your field that you are involved in. Well, if you're a big dog in your field, there may be other guys that are do the same thing that you do, but they're not on your level. You get what I'm saying? True. And guess what? You can do everything that guy can do. Oh, here you go. Okay, there you go. I had the wrong remote. That was the problem. You can do whatever that guy can do. Okay, if you're a boxer or whatever, but that boxer, you have certain boxers that they have the power to be able to do things that the average guy can't do. And that's just the nature of the business. So when I sat back and looked at it, that's how I looked at it. I said, okay, I get exactly where Shakur is coming from. Hold on, guys. I'm going over here. I get exactly where Shakur is coming from, and I totally agree with that. I agree with it. Hold on, here you go right here. I agree with it because he made a valid point. Hold on. Okay, there you go. Okay, I can hear it now. Someone like a Tank Davis, you hear people say, well, how come this fighter didn't send a contract? Why he didn't send a contract for this and that? Well, Shakur said that, hey, man, somebody like Tank Davis, you don't send him a contract. Tank Davis has to choose you. He's in a position where he can pick and choose who he wants to fight. Very similar to Saul Canelo Alvarez. And so the people who criticize Canelo, they're saying, okay, since he's in a position to pick and choose who he wants to fight, he can easily pick this guy that fans want to see him fight. And and then you'll have fans of Canelo saying, hey man, he the A-side, he can do whatever he wants to do. I just got through watching the video that D-Block sent me. Shout out to D-Block. D-Block sent me a video of Floyd Mayweather. As a matter of fact, this is when Floyd Mayweather was on SportsCenter. When Floyd Mayweather was on SportsCenter, and again, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. I like to talk about, this is a good teaching point. I'm going to tell you why. Because Floyd Mayweather let everybody know he was the A-side, he was this, he was that, he did what he wanted to do. That was Brian Kenny, when he was interviewing Brian Kenny. And the crazy part about it, I remember this interview. This was when Floyd was Money Mayweather. I think he was Money Mayweather at this time. And yeah, he was Money Mayweather at this time. And it was after the Oscar fight, he changed his name to Money Mayweather, and he took on the villain, the bad guy. He was the heel. In wrestling, the bad guy would be the heel, the one who everybody hate, right? Everybody love to hate. So he became the heel, and he spoke about how Al Heyman and my dog Booger Ray Leonard. I know a lot of you guys in the chat like to talk bad about Booger Ray, but Floyd Money Mayweather said that Al Heyman and Booger Ray Leonard gave him good advice. They are his advisors. They were his advisors. This is what Floyd Mayweather said. True. So I don't want nobody talking bad about Booger Ray. This is a pro Booger Ray Leonard channel. This is a pro Booger Ray channel. Booger Ray, you know what I mean? Or Booger Ray. You can say Booger. You ain't got to say Booger. You can just say Booger Ray. This is a pro Booger Ray channel. And you got to get the likes up. We got over 200, so I can get ready to drop the phone lines. I can't get ready to drop the phone line because we have over 200 likes. But we shorter than a midget on his knee. We got over 200 people in here and less than 100 likes. Hold on, is this right? Let me refresh this. This has to be wrong. Maybe my eyes are deceiving me. No, my eyes are not deceiving me. My eyes are not deceiving me, boy. It's a whole lot of people in here hate watching right now. So we're gonna have a lot more people. We probably gonna have a couple more hundred, maybe 3 more hundred in here, maybe 4 more hundred. Who knows? You know how we do it. There's a whole lot of people in here hate watching. So I'm finna get ready to drop this Riley on their bitch ass in a moment. True. But let's go ahead and that's neither here nor there. Let's get into the show. Now, Shakur Stevenson revealed and made a valid point, to be honest with you. I can't even front. He said, who am I to offer Tank Davis a contract? He's a bigger star than me. Now, both of those things are true. Now, I guess from a business standpoint, the big star is the one who dictates everything. Look, man, you don't, I don't, nobody is, I'm bigger than the sport. So I pick and choose who I want to fight. You don't pick me, I pick you. You get what I'm saying? So that's the position that Tank Davis is in, and I totally understand it. I get it, right? In a recent interview with the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast, that was last week, I think, Shakur Stevenson let it be known about how a potential fight can be made between him and Tank Davis. Gillie The Kid asked Shakur when he was going to fight Tank Davis. And I do want to pull up, as a matter of fact, I'm going to read the article. I'm actually read the article because I don't want to, pull the whole interview up because it's a pretty long interview, and I didn't have that part timestamped, but they did quote it. They did quote it in an article. Somebody wrote the article on it, and they put down what he said word for word, and I want to read it to you guys. This is what Shakur said. He said, honestly, Tank is the number one fight for me. Understandably so. Shakur Stevenson said on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast, he said, me and Tank is the best fight. You can name 15 other fighters, but there's one fight, truthfully, that needs to happen in boxing. He said, I don't know. Shakur Stevenson asked, why that particular fight has not been made. He said, I can't tell you. I'm not Tank at the end of the day. He said, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm not Tank. He's a big star. He's a pay-per-view star. I can't throw no offers to Tank. So because of Tank's status in boxing, he's saying that, hey, man, I am in an inferior position, not from a skill set standpoint. Of course, he's not inferior to Tank from a skill set standpoint. But he's saying, from the position that he holds on the chessboard, he's not in the position that Tank is in. And I totally agree with that. Tank is him and Ryan Garcia, and I got to throw Ryan Garcia in there because Tank never did 1.2 million pay-per-view buys. I think the most he ever did was like 200 and something. And that's what Steven Espinosa said. So he did a million or so more pay-per-view buys with Ryan Garcia. And Ryan Garcia never had a pay-per-view before in his life. So I think that fight right there was lightning in the bottle. I seriously doubt that those type of numbers will be repeated with Isaac Cruz or any other fighter that Tank may fight later on down the line, unless it's some kind of outlier or whatever the case may be, when you get lightning in the bottle, it's gonna be hard to try to replicate that, especially in this era, in this day and time. Now, if Tank can find the right dance partner, because it's who you fight matters, and the reason why I say that is because when Floyd Mayweather was talking on ESPN, Floyd spoke about, yeah, man, I did this. I did these pay-per-view numbers. I did 3.5 and this and that. He was talking about the Oscar De La Hoya fight. And Brian Kenny said, yeah, but you did it with Oscar. Oscar was the pay-per-view guy, the cash cow, before you beat him and all that stuff there, and so you did it with Oscar. And Floyd, of course, Floyd, the narcissist that he is, he's a serial narcissist. Me, I, me, I. I get it. But Brian Kenny was right. Yeah, you did 3-some million, pay-per-view buys, but you did it with Oscar. You and Oscar did it. And I think what it is when I sit back and look at, Floyd Mayweather had such a huge impact on social media boxing fans. Because he blew up through the social media era. Floyd came in the beginning when social media was really, really taking off in 2007, stuff like that, 2006, 2007, when YouTube and all that stuff was really taking off. He really took advantage of that. So Hip Hop Awards, Source Awards, Dancing with the Stars, WWE. He was on all that. And, he hooked up with 50 Cent, who was the biggest rapper in the game at that time. Hooked up with Justin Bieber, who was the biggest pop artist at that time. So there were so many things that Floyd Mayweather did that really, really took him to the next level. But he integrated the social media aspect. So a lot of these fans have, fans of boxing, that's even now, they are so a lot of the guys, they're social media fans. So what I noticed, the social media fan base, boxing fans, I'm sitting back looking at it, right? Because I'm looking at this video and it hit me. I say the social media boxing fans pretty much take on the same moniker as Floyd Money Mayweather. True. They say a lot of the same talking points as Floyd Money Mayweather. They have the same demeanor. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm just listening to a lot of these guys, and I'm like, it really let me see how influential Floyd Mayweather was in the sport of boxing, to the point where you have an entire generation well, I can't say a generation because social media doesn't really represent the entire boxing world, but social media is a microcosm. You know, it's a microcosm of what goes on just basically on the internet in boxing. So, and that's what it is. And it seems to me that he's had a very, very, I'm like, damn, this nigga Floyd, you know, he really, you know, influenced a whole lot in boxing, you know, from the social media boxing fan standpoint, and even the young fighters, some of the young fighters today, not all of the young fighters, some of them. Because you got people like Devin Haney. Devin Haney, young as hell, and he undisputed. You know, he going to other people's countries fighting 2 times, and then he undisputed. Fought the Lomachenko. He fought Lomachenko, and a lot of people didn't even want to fight Lomachenko. So, you know, Devin Haney is blazing his own trail. Tank is taking the Money Mayweather route, so I get that. And Shakur Stevenson, he's kind of like, he's the new guy in the middle, trying to figure out, okay, how can I grab a hold of this, right? Him and Edward De Los Santos fighting in November the 16th, so I expect that to be a good fight. Of course, I got Core beating him. Now, but as he said before, this is what Shakur Stevenson said. He said, who am I to throw an offer to the biggest star in boxing? Who am I going to, he said, what am I going to offer him? Yeah, I get it. He said, it don't make sense. That would have to be on their part, on their team to want to do that. Now, I totally agree with that. The only way that a fight can happen of that magnitude, because Shakur, you know, of that magnitude, it'd have to be something that Booger Ray Leonard and them throw at Booger Ray and Floyd and them have to make Shakur an offer, and that ain't gonna happen. That's not gonna happen, right? So, if history is an indication of what is to come, you know, Floyd Mayweather, he normally, you know, they like to, you know, I think the PBC business model when it comes to like risky fighters, they like to marinate it, similar to Crawford, Spence. You know, we'll wait on it. Hell, Gary Russell Jr. is over there with the PBC, and he, you know, I think he called Tank out a few times in the past. He was very adamant at one point, couldn't get him in the ring, and they're on the same side of the street. You know, you got Keith Thurman and Errol Spence. They on the same side of the street. And Spence was trying to fight Thurman to get his first title shot, but Thurman was chasing bigger fights at that time. And, you know, Spence was an up-and-comer, and then Spence ended up getting his belt. And then next thing you know, some years later, Thurman ended up going in hiatus, going in retirement, you might say retirement, lost his belts, and now the roles have switched, and now Thurman wanted to fight Spence. Spence said, I ain't gonna never fight him, man. I swear I ain't gonna never fight him. And we know that Al Haymon tried to make that fight. That was a fight that Al was trying to make. You know, and that's why he was blocking the Crawford fight, and that's what Crawford said, and that's why Errol Spence had to take the reins on his own in order to make that fight happen, because you know, Al was blocking it, you know. So, and I understand Al Haymon's position, because, you know, he's trying to protect his fighter. He knew that, man, my fighter can't beat this dude. I got plans for this guy. I need him to fight Keith Thurman. If he beat Keith Thurman, then we're gonna try to get him a shot at Canelo to get him the big bag. Only problem is, you know, Spence went against that. You know, he wanted to, man, you know, Spence had a whole lot of pressure on him to really make that fight, especially from Dallas. I'm hearing them dudes in Dallas are like, man, when you gonna fight this dude? When you gonna fight this dude? And Spence said that, and Crawford said it as well. So, you know, Al Haymon is a smart businessman, and he runs a protection agency. He runs a protection agency as well. So, you know, he gonna protect his guys against outsiders. And you have to come over there and then become one of them if you want to try to make the fight. And I do understand Al Haymon's position, because when you got a 4-22, 21-22 record against non-PBC fighters, specifically from Top Rank, I mean, that doesn't look good. So it doesn't make good business sense to have your fighters fight other motherfuckers outside. Keep them in-house. Let's keep making the tailor-made fights for our guys, and, you know, keep running them up like that. So I do get that. Shakur said, I do want that fight. He said, I would love that fight. He said, I think that's the best fight in boxing if we're speaking skills-wise. And now, skills-wise, both of those guys have the skills. Both of them have the skills. Now, of course, Tank has the punching power. Tank has punching power along with his skills. So I totally do agree with that aspect of it. He's not going to tell y'all, because however he's thinking, the way he thinks. But me, truthfully, and he just giving his opinion, I think that's the best fight in boxing, and I want to prove the world who I truly am. Now, Tank Davis is in the same position as Canelo. I want you guys to follow me here. He's the only fighter, especially black fighter, in the lightweight division that can make his own fights. You don't choose Canelo. Canelo chooses you. You don't choose Tank Davis. Tank Davis chooses you. And that's the pecking order in boxing. Certain fighters have special privileges that 99.9% of other boxers don't have. The question I have is this. Does Shakur Stevenson have a valid point? Is he making a point? We also saw an interview with Tank Davis on the same $1 Million Worth of Game podcast where Tank Davis did acknowledge that he never asked Floyd Mayweather or Booger Ray Leonard or Al Heyman. He never asked him about fighting the Devin Haney's, the Shakur Stevensons, or the Teofimo Lopez's, or the Lomachenkos. He said he never asked for those fights. That's what he said out of his own mouth. That's why I always play that clip because nothing nothing beats receipts. I can say anything out of my mouth, but when you have tangible receipts, something tangible, it's like, okay, you can see it and hear it with your own eyes. See it with your own eyes and hear it with your own ears. Now, some people see things with their own eyes and hear things with their own ears, and if it doesn't resonate with what they already want to believe, then they'll suffer from something called confirmation bias. Confirmation bias is when you only accept information that confirms what you already been programmed to believe, right? So if it's something that doesn't resonate with their paradigm, then what we have a tendency to do is reject the information because it doesn't resonate with what we already want to believe, even though what we are seeing and hearing is totally contrary to what we believe. You get what I'm saying? Perfect example, Crawford and Spence. Those guys had a fight. One guy got his ass beat. Another guy didn't have a scratch on his face. But the guy who lost, he didn't make any excuses. He still hasn't said a word to this day. But you had some supporters of this guy who are so butthurt. They so butthurt that even though they physically saw what they saw and heard what they heard, then their mind, it doesn't register. They can't accept it. So what happens is the brain goes in defense mode. It puts up a defense mechanism, and then you start to say and do things to try to protect your emotional state. Because emotionally, you are dejected. You are destroyed. You have been crushed. So, and this is what you see going on in sport of boxing. So once again, I do get it. Leonard Ellerbe let it be known that Tank Davis versus Devin Haney or Teofimo Lopez or any other top fighter like Shakur can only happen when it makes business sense. And that's what Leonard has been consistently saying. It has to make sense. Leonard has said, I'm not going to be paying guys $3 million to fight Tank. Even though a fighter like a Devin Haney or Shakur may be making $3.5 million a fight or maybe even more, Leonard is saying, we're not going to pay you that, right? And this is why, Tank can fight Isaac Cruz because Isaac Cruz is economically feasible. It makes sense. Cruz gonna make by what, $300,000, $400,000. You get what I'm saying? We'll pay you $400,000, Isaac. You know what I mean? And Tank gonna get his 7, 8, 9, maybe $10 million, and pay Isaac, $400,000, $500,000, $300,000, and that makes business sense. We're not gonna pay another guy, one of the top guys, $3.5 million or $3 million. That doesn't make sense. Why pay him that when we could pay Isaac Cruz 90% less? Did you get what I'm saying? And we still gonna sell out the arena. True. So that's Leonard Ellerbe's position. That's his position. And trust me, I do get it. Now I don't like it, but this ain't based on my feelings. It's based on the reality of the situation. This is why I don't like. Okay, you want to tear down this fighter. And you say this fight ain't. This is why I don't like the double standards and the hypocrisy on social media boxing because, like I'm explaining this entire segue of what's going on. But then, and everybody would agree, let's say everybody agree, right? But then the same group that agree will turn around and hold another fighter to a different standard that they're holding their fighter under. And that's where I come in at. I'm like, okay, cool. Why are you holding this guy to a different standard? If it's good for this guy, why isn't it good for that guy? Do you get what I'm saying? Okay, let's have an overall consensus then. Every fighter should be able to move like how they want to move. Now, of course, we do know that there's different levels to it and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is, I can't sit back and tear one fighter down for not fighting fights that I deem that he should be fighting, but then we say this other guy don't have to do it. Either all of them don't have to do it, or you picking and choosing how who you want to see fight certain guys. So I mean that's just a reality of the situation. Because I'm sitting back watching this shit and I'm trying to look at it from Booger Ray Leonard's standpoint. And you guys know I do like Booger Ray. Shout out to Booger Ray Leonard. I do like Booger Ray. I don't get nothing. I don't get nothing on the back end from him or nothing of that sort. But Booger Ray Leonard is my guilty pleasure. He's the guy who I love to just fuck with and pick on all the time.
True.
You get what I'm saying? So as I said before, the Eastside Cruz rematch makes business sense for Tank. Ryan Garcia made business sense for Tank. And as you can see, they did phenomenal numbers. If I'm understanding Leonard Ellerbe correctly, the Haney, the Shakurs, the Teofimo fights don't make business sense. So those fights won't happen anytime soon. And that's just the reality of the situation. So do you guys think that Shakur Stevenson has a point? Let's listen to the interview. We'll just listen to what Booger Ray Leonard said, and we'll go from there. Let's give everybody that's here a round of applause. You get what I'm saying? Like, does he have a point? And I think that I try to use the Canelo criteria because I'm like, man, you know what, man, well, shit. Canelo is in that position where he can do what he want to do. I'm gonna tell you another fighter, Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua will pick who he want to fight as well. Well, when he had the belts. Now that he don't have the belts, he can still pick who he wants to fight, but he can't get those top guys. He's not going to get Tyson Fury. He's not going to get Usyk anymore because Usyk already beat him twice. So outside of Fury and Usyk, he can pretty much fight anyone he wants to fight, and he makes the most money in the heavyweight division. At one point he did. I don't know if he is now, but at one point he made the most money in the heavyweight division. So, again, guys, it's just a pecking order. Shout out to my sister LaJessica. LaJessica, what's going on, sis? Shout out to M. Cole in the building. Shout out to Drumming for Life. Shout out to my sister Lisa Bales, Schoolo X-Man. Shout out to my brother Swat Jones. Shout out to YK Mail. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Weedy Gonzalez. Salute, brother. Shout out to Teach, OP Gamer, Bruce Gas in the building. Mailman Mac is in the building. T Culture is in the building. Shout out to WP. He said Errol fell victim to the pressure via Blackistan. Yeah, Blackistan is a motherfucker. You'll have dudes over here, they're not familiar with what Blackistan is. Blackistan is, this is something real funny that I got from these sisters on the divested zealot. You got a group of black women. They have something called the divestment movement, and then you have the manosphere with Angry Man and all those guys. R.I.P. to Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels was that guy in the manosphere. But I think Tommy Sotomayor is the one that set that off. All the black women ran him off of YouTube.
True.
And they ran Tommy Sotomayor off the block. They hear him. But listen, I ain't never seen no black man was hated more by black women than Tommy Sotomayor, boy. They got him off the block, boy. Boy, them women came together like Voltron. They got Tommy Sotomayor off the block. And then, hey, so, bruh, you get what I'm saying? Like, boy, they got Tommy off the goddamn block, boy. They say there's nothing like a scorned, there's nothing like a scorned, angry black woman, boy. You mess around to make them black women mad, boy. They'll come together and form Voltron and say, we got to get this in. But listen, they got Tommy Sotomayor off the block, boy. And then they hated the hell out of Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels said, ma'am, how old are you? Okay, you're 40 years old. What is your height? Okay, you're 5'8.5", okay. How much do you weigh? You say you want to weigh 85, okay. Ma'am, you're a fat. Hold on. You on my show. Don't try to overtalk me. You on my show. I'll let you talk. Ma'am, you're fat. Do you have any kids? Okay, you got 2 kids. So let me get this straight. You're 5'8.5", you're 40 years old, you weigh 185 pounds, and you say you want a high-value man? Oh, you do. Do you know what a high-value man is, ma'am? A high-value man is someone that makes 6 figures or more. So when you making that type of money as a man, men of that caliber have options. So what would make him want to choose you?
True.
So let's pivot this to boxing. When you have a fighter such as a Tank Davis or Canelo Alvarez, when you're on that caliber, and when you're on those two guys' caliber, those guys have options. that other fighters don't have. So if a high-value man chooses a woman, it's because he's with you because he chose you. And if you're a high-value woman, meaning you making 6 figures or more, and you with a guy that's making less, you're with him because she chose you. So in boxing, you have something called high-value fighters. High-value fighters is Saul Canelo Alvarez's, Gervonta Tank Davis's, Anthony Joshua. You know, those guys are high-value fighters. And when you are a high-value fighter, you are in a position of power that 99% of the fighters under you that are not in. So, I mean, that's just reality of the situation. True. That's just, hey, what did he say, Teach? He said, I like what you did there, Coach. Hey, Teach. I do my best, dog. I do my best, Teach. I make it do what it do. I'm good at taking these subject matters and making them, you know what I mean? Making them make sense. Because sometimes you gotta paint a picture. You gotta paint a perfect picture. Sometimes we use different subject matters and from different boxing communities, like the manosphere and all that stuff there, and we'll pull different subject matters in here, and and we can tie it into the sport of boxing in order to paint a clear picture. True. I'm a master at that on social media. See, there's nobody on YouTube and boxing in the YTBC that can do it like me when it comes to that. I paint perfect pictures. I make great analogies. And again, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. And I ain't trying to, throw anybody under the bus. But I gotta pat myself on the back just to let it be known. Shout out to Jethro. He said, "Who's Jennifer Fardy?" I'm behind. Oh, Jennifer Fardy. He ain't nobody, dog. He ain't nobody. He just old hating ass, farting ass nigga. He's a part of my marketing team, fam. I didn't even mention his name, so I don't know. I didn't mention that guy's name, so you the one just brought him up just then, but I didn't mention his name at all today. But he ain't nobody, dog. He ain't nobody. Anyways, let's get into the show. Now, before we get into the show, you know how we do it. We have a ritual over here that we do over here at True Media Today USA Boxing, the Boxing family. Some people pray to God. Some people pray to Jesus, Moses, Allah, Prophet Muhammad. Some people give credit to Moses. In the Quran, his name is Musa. Some people give credit to Esau, which is Jesus. Some people, many different names and deities. Some people give their mama credit, they fathers, stuff like that. Over here, we've learned, me being a fellow, I'm a reformed Wakanda myself, and now that I'm down with the PBC, and again, we like one big happy family. I get checks on the back end from Al Heyman, and Al allowed me to see the error of my ways, and since I seen the error of my ways, I've learned to thank Al Heyman first. So if you're over here and you want to pledge allegiance to Al Heyman, please feel free.
Well, I guess I gotta be like everybody else and thank Al Heyman. I can quit my job now, baby. 6 figures, baby. You feel me?
But a name. Do you have a name?
Oh, nah, I ain't got no name,
Name them names, man.
They know who they is.
Name them names, please. The names need to be named.
They know who they is.
The Mexican monster.
Hey, I'm just saying, call Al, cap, big B. Nigga be coming over here, man, that nigga over here worshiping another man. I'm like, dude, I am literally being sarcastic. Like, if you watch my show, bro, there's nobody on the YTBC that's more sarcastic than me. I have a master's degree in sarcasm. Literally. When it comes to talking slick, talking shit, and being sarcastic, listen, I'm pound for pound, I'm one of the best on the planet. True. And again, that's why I say these niggas can't do nothing with me, man. I'm just a little bit too much for them. Got too much talented, too talented for these niggas. You get what I'm saying? But if you sitting there watching the show, hate watching, don't want to hit the like button, Riley, get him.
Look, fuck you. Fuck the plane you flew in on. Fuck them shoes. Fuck the socks with the bell on it. Fuck them cheap-ass cigars. Fuck your yuck mouth teeth. Fuck your hairpiece. Fuck your chocolate. Fuck Guy Ritchie. Fuck Prince William. Fuck the Queen. This is America. My president is black and my Lambo is blue, nigga. Now get the fuck out my hotel room. And if I see you in the street, I'm slapping the shit out of you.
I mean, that's just the reality of the situation. I'm not tooting my own horn. See, telling the truth is not bragging. You know, when I saw that interview with Floyd Mayweather and Brian, and what the dude name was Brian, what? The dude that was on Sports Center, you know, telling the truth ain't bragging. Some people say, oh, that nigga bragging. Man, am I bragging or am I telling the truth? True. Nigga, if I told you, listen, if I say, look here, man, I ran your credit, you got bad credit, I shook your pockets down, I pull a lint out of the left pocket and pull $2 out of the right pocket, and every day I see you smoking on a Nick Sack or Reggie, am I hating or am I telling the truth? If I sit here and tell you, look here, man, I'm too talented for these dudes, man. I got to get the gap, man. These dudes can't fuck with me. Everything I do is pretty much freestyle for the most part outside of my opening statement. Like, literally, I'm a quick thinker, fast on my feet. Like, these niggas ain't fuck with me. I coined the phrase on YouTube that I am unfuckwittable. There's no such word as that. Unfuckwittable. That came from me. Coach Malachi Williams is unfuckwittable. That's not a weapon that's formed. That's not a weapon that's formed that will prosper against me. That's not a whole ass Wakanda nigga. Aerosexual or just anything of that sort. The ops or whatever. There's nothing that they can do with me because you're not good enough. You're not talented enough. You don't have the skills that I have. It's like a nigga it's like a whole head cheese sandwich talking shit about Tank. You want to go in the ring and fight Tank. Tank looking at you like, dude, you can't even whoop me, dog. You don't have the footwork. You don't have a more superior jab than me. I'm more defensively sound than you. My feint game is sick. My punching power is crazy. And dude, literally, I just sit down and look at my cell phone and $10,000 fall into my bank account. You can't fuck with that. Nigga, I'm like Neo in the Matrix. Y'all remember when Neo realized he was the one? And Agent Smith, I'm gonna give you another analogy, right? You guys remember when Agent Smith, it was 3 agents, right? And Neo was running, right? He was running from the agents, and Agent Smith was chasing Neo, and they went to busting, shooting bullets at him, and Neo's turned around and stopped, and everything slowed down, and the bullets came real close to Neo's face, and he said, stop. And the bullet stopped, and he grabbed the bullet, looked at the bullet, turned the bullet on the left side, turned the bullet on the right side, turned the bullet on the top, turned the bullet on the bottom, and said, oh, this what y'all shoot, this what you hating at, niggas shooting at me, and then he dropped the bullet, and the rest of the bullets fell down. Guess what? That's me. True. Yeah, that's me right there. I'm like, damn, this all you niggas got? You niggas weaker than sugar water. This all y'all got, huh? Come on, this what y'all got? Come on, man. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into this right quick, man. You guys know I am the cream corn killer. If there's a cream corn ass nigga out there that that's talking that flam popping that weak, we make cream corn niggas jump up out of their seats and run.
Yep, that's right. I'm running things. Cream corn. That's why they call me that. Smooth. I got more measure for your pleasure. Stick with me, baby. I'll have you farting through silk. And let a nigga mess with me. I'll jump on him. All 93 pounds of pure dynamite.
I just want to throw that out there, just in case you're a cream corn and you think you want some of the smoke. Oh, listen, we don't play with cream corns over here. This is True Media Today, USA Boxing. This is Coach Malachi Williams. A cream corn nigga don't stand a snowball chance in hell against me. Shout out to my sister Lisa Bales. Shout out to Food Revolution in the building. Shout out to Summer in November as well. Mike the Mobile Mechanic. OP Gamer, JC, Jason Phillips. What's happening, man? True. Let's hear my dog, your dog, the greatest promoter that's walking around the planet Earth today, Booger Ray Leonard. Let you guys hear this, man.
Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps with Fight Hub TV. We're powered by Stagefront VIP, and I'm joined now with Leonard Ellerbe. Leonard, it's good to see you here in Las Vegas. And
once again, I do not own the rights to this material. It's for education purposes only. Now, some people go to school or they live life and they strive to get educated. Over here on this platform, we strive to help people get educated. There's a difference between educated and educated. I'll break it down to you one day.
Look so well put together, by the way. How are you doing?
I appreciate that. Loving life. Just been really busy with, working behind the scenes with,
working behind the scenes
together. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really exciting. This is, I think, the best year ever for boxing. With all the great events that we've had thus far, and there's more to come.
Hey, Booger Ray Leonard looking like Santa Claus. Hey, you notice that? Booger Ray Leonard, I kind of like the old Booger Ray better. I like the old Booger Ray, the one that had the... I'm going to turn it up right now, M. Cole. Sorry about that. Hey, M. Cole. I like the old Booger Ray, dog. I like the Booger Ray that had the Beijing, that had the goatee with the Beijing in his goatee. I kind of like that one better. This Booger Ray here look like Papa Smurf. Have you guys ever watched the Smurfs? Papa Smurf had an all-white snow gray beard, always kept it edged real good. I think maybe they had some barbers in the Smurfs village that knew how to cut hair, because Papa Smurf always had, his beard was always looking nice and sharp and trim. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, but he kind of giving me a Papa Smurf type feel. You get what I'm saying? That's all.
Okay, so we're limited on time that I've been told, so I want to get straight into it if you don't mind. When can we anticipate seeing Gervonta Davis back out? Is there anything that you guys are currently working on? Anything you can tell us about that?
Anything?
No, not at the moment. When Tank is ready, he'll make that announcement. He'll make that announcement. He's his own boss, and he's calling the shots, and you know he's spending a lot of time with his kids and just doing some things in the community.
All right, so he said when Tank is ready, Tank gonna make that shot because he his own boss. Now some boxing fans, they get upset with certain fighters that they don't like is their own boss. Nah, nigga, what you mean? You your own boss? You calling shots? Nah, you ain't get to call no shots. You know, cause we don't like you, and we don't care what the contract say, and you don't get to call no shots. We don't like you. And see, a lot of these old ass crusty niggas that's on YouTube. You know, I'm talking about these niggas, these crusty nigga YouTube channels. You know, a lot of these old crusty niggas like hating on young niggas who getting money, right? Which is crazy to me. But a lot of these dudes, like, they ain't never been a shot caller before in their life. You get what I'm saying? In their household, their wife run the show, right? At work, they got bosses and stuff like that, and there's nothing wrong with working and having someone over you. That's just the reality of the situation. But, a guy who's never been a boss before can't tell a dude that's a boss how he should move. True. Niggas be old, crying. Niggas just imagine a nigga crying every goddamn day about the same shit. I don't like him. I ain't wanted to fight. The nigga had egg wakes in his gloves. Man, he was on snack. My baby mama got arthritis in her left knee. My auntie lost the one leg up contest because she had a crook in her pinky toe. My sister, just imagine, bruh, old ass, niggas in their 50s and 60s and 40s. 40s, 50s, and 60s crying all damn day. Like, what woman want to be with a crying ass nigga all damn day? Nigga, you cried yesterday. Baby, what you gonna do today? Baby, I'm just gonna keep on crying. Baby, you cried yesterday. Okay, what you gonna do tomorrow? I'm gonna cry some more. Baby, what you gonna do the day after that? I'm gonna keep crying. What you gonna do next week? Cry some more. Baby, you been crying for a whole month straight. Do you plan on stop crying? No, babe, I'm gonna cry all year long. True. These old crying ass, bitchified ass nigga. Cream corn dick in the booty ass nigga.
Yeah. Ooh, that look good. How much
Like, bro, just niggas crying all day. Like, damn, this nigga just so emotional. These niggas remind me of Carl Thomas. Y'all remember that song about Carl Thomas? He made a song called I'm Emotional. I'm emotional and I can't let go. Like, these niggas is emotional. Like, listen, emotions is something that's a human behavior, right? Men and women have emotions. We are human beings. Animals have emotions, right? When you hear these niggas talking about, yeah, nigga, you acting real emotional. Like, my nigga, you're a human, you're a man, you act emotional too. Anger is an emotion. Happiness is an emotion. Sad, when you're sad, that's an emotion. And the man have the X and Y chromosome in you. So you have feminine traits as well as male traits, whether you know that or not, right? But when you have a overdose of estrogen, and when you need a testosterone booster. You need to get a testosterone booster because there's a chemical imbalance with some of you niggas. Some of you niggas, the X chromosome outweigh the Y chromosome. So a lot of you, some of these niggas like, okay, wait a minute, dog, hold on now. You acting a little bit too much. Acting, a little bit too much I'll be sure-ish. You acting a little bit too much Christopher Williams. You acting like a light-skinned nigga in the 80s. True. I ain't talking about these modern-day light-skinned dudes. I ain't talking about the modern-day light-skinned dudes. I'm talking about the 80s light-skinned. 80s, if you don't know nothing about light-skinned in the 80s, go back and just do some research on it, and you'll see what was being said around that time. Did you get what I'm saying? But some of these niggas, man, they have an overdose of estrogen, and it shows.
You need a testosterone injection. Your estrogen is getting the best of you, my brother. You need a testosterone injection. Your estrogen is getting the best of you, my brother. You are part of the estrogen-based anti-masculinity movement. Stop worrying about me with no shirt on. You are part of the estrogen-based anti-black masculinity movement. I just came from the beach in St. Croix. I took a dip with the ancestors. Is that all right with you, Negropean? I just took a dip with the ancestors. Is that all right with you, Negropean? I just took a dip with the ancestors in the ocean of St. Croix. Is that all right with you? Stop worrying about me and no shirt. Somebody get that brother some testosterone. Somebody get that brother some testosterone. His estrogen levels are a bit too high.
You get what I'm saying? Some of these niggas, their estrogen levels are a bit too high. Now, I got a video I'm gonna play. I'm gonna chop it up and I'm gonna put the video. I'm gonna make it a part of the show. This shit is gonna be hilarious. I promise you, when you see this video, it's gonna be hilarious. This shit is gonna be like, some of you guys may faint, fall out, laughing, or whatever the case may be, right? When you see this video, but it's gonna be a real video. It's a real video of a nigga having a meltdown on the show. After he got kicked out of the Alphabet Boy community, Jabba the Hutt kicked him out, and the nigga had a meltdown, and the nigga literally lifted his shirt up, and you saw nothing but cottage cheese, and the nigga had a D cup, like a C plus, going into D cup breast. Like the nigga literally was showing his titties, and that's why I call it cottage cheese and titties. So I gotta go ahead and I still got that video in the cut. I'm gonna go ahead and load that up and make it a part of the show. True. Boy, I do not play. I am a savage. Anyways, let's go back to hear what Booger Ray have to say.
Just really enjoying his time. The fans are very excited and anticipating his return because he's the most exciting fighter in boxing. And I can't wait, too. I can't wait.
Do you think, if you had to give it sort of a timeline, where would a fight with like a Devin Haney or a Teofimo Lopez sort of sit on the grand scheme of his schedule?
I don't think that you can put a timeline on that kind of stuff because the big fights happen when they really make sense for both sides. And, I know the fans get a little impatient at times, and that's understandable because they don't really understand how the business goes. Tank's coming off of a fight where, he's made tens of millions of dollars, and Tank alone has been generating, 8-figure revenue every single fight. Every single fight that he's been, every fight. So now I want you to listen to the language that Booger Ray is saying. Booger Ray is saying that, hey man, Tank is generating 8-figure revenues every single fight, and what did Michelle Joy Phelps ask him? She asked him about the other fight. Let me see. I don't want to misquote her. The dollars, and that's, you can put a timeline.
Where?
Because he's the most exciting fighter in boxing.
Okay.
And I can't wait,
too. What she said.
I can't wait.
Do you think, if you had to give it sort of a timeline, where would a fight with like a Devin Haney or a Teofimo Lopez sort of sit on the grand scheme of his schedule?
I don't think that you can put a timeline on that kind of stuff. So
he said that, she was specific. She asked about Devin Haney, she asked about Teofimo Lopez, and like if you was to put together a timeline, that was real smooth how she asked that question. So you got to ask those type of questions like that in order to keep from upsetting the person that you're interviewing because they may feel some type of way. And he said you can't put a timeline on it. And again, Tank Davis is in the position, guys, that Canelo Alvarez is in. You know, he can pick who he wants to fight at any given time. So it's going to be up to him to be able to do that. You know, you get what I'm saying? So because the position that he holds, the pecking order that he holds in boxing. You know, so when I was watching that interview with Brian Kelly and Floyd Mayweather kept reminding him that I'm the cash cow. I did this. I beat Oscar. You know, I beat Oscar. Yes, I'm fighting. This is right before he was going to fight Marquez. So Brian Kelly asked Floyd. He said, "Why are you moving this guy?" He said, "Why are you moving this guy up 2 weight classes?" Marquez, right? A lot of people don't know that Marquez was the guy at 135, and he moved up to 147 to fight Floyd. So he say, "Well, what you mean? Why you asking me that question? Manny Pacquiao started out at 108 pounds, and y'all ain't holding him to that standard. So when he fight a guy that's bigger than him and he beats him, y'all praise him. I fight a guy that's smaller than me. You know what I mean? And now y'all complaining about it. But you don't. But you didn't do it. You didn't do it when other guys fought smaller guys and all that stuff there. So Floyd, so Floyd." You know, I'm glad D-Block sent me that video because Floyd, I forgot about how Floyd used to always battle and fight against the media. He used to always fight and battle against the media because Floyd always wanted, he always wanted the respect. And he felt like that, Floyd felt like that he didn't never get the respect that he deserved in the sport of boxing. I'm undefeated. How many times Manny Pacquiao got knocked out? At the time, he got knocked out twice. He said, it doesn't matter. He got knocked out. He said, yeah, Floyd, but he started out at 108 pounds. It doesn't matter. He got knocked out. How many losses does Sugar Shane Mosley have? How many losses does Marquez have? Ricky Hatton, this and that, yada, yada, yada. So he broke all that down, right? He said, I'm undefeated. There's nobody that has beaten me. Floyd. Hey, Floyd. I say, God damn, boy. Floyd, man. And I think that's when we kind of like fell out with Floyd a little bit. Then Floyd, this when I fell out with Floyd. Floyd is one of my favorite fighters, but Floyd, what I fell out with Floyd, and a lot of my partners fell out with Floyd, I'll never forget. Barack Obama had became the president of the United States. President Barack Obama. I know you guys remember him. And the recession had done hit. A recession hit, right? And when the recession hit, people was doing bad. The housing market crash had happened. If you guys remember the housing market crash had happened, and shit was kind of rough, right? This right when George Bush, right, he did 2 terms and got his ass out of office. And then people was, they were talking about the recession. This when they was sending out Obama phones. Obama phone is the government issued phones. And, government issued phones, it was named after Obama. Obama phones. It was like the phones were sent to, the disenfranchised. I like to use those terms that they use in politicians. The politicians like to use the disenfranchised. It was sent to people of color and non-color that was poor, stuff like that. They called Obama phones. Look it up. And Floyd was throwing $100 bills. Floyd was throwing $100 bills in the camera like, I don't know what y'all talking about. What you mean for the recession? What you mean everybody ain't got no money? I still got all my money. And he was throwing money at the camera, right? And people would get turned up by that shit like, man, this nigga here, man. This nigga here talking cash shit, like rubbing it in. Floyd was rubbing it in like, y'all niggas ain't got no money. I got money and stuff like that. I remember that. True. Yeah, I remember that. The same thing that people were upset with Jamel Charlo for, because Jamel Charlo said, yeah, man, y'all ain't never some broke ass boxing fans. Y'all ain't got this, y'all ain't got that. Now Floyd didn't go that far to call the boxing fans broke. He didn't do that. But he just always throw shots. Listen, guys, come on, guys. Let me give you guys a tour of my watch collection. This is my walk-in closet. As you can see, my closet is bigger than 99% of America's family homes, living room. As you can see, walk in. I got to walk in my closet. And did you see my watch collection? Like I said before, when I went to Dubai, I got this watch from the Prince. The Prince of Dubai gave it to me. And then I went to Saudi Arabia. I met with Saddam Hussein before George Bush never killed him, and he gave me this watch. I remember when I went to Libya and met with Muammar Gaddafi before Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton went over there and killed them through France. You know what I mean? Like I said before, I got this watch from him, and you know these are very precious timepieces because both of those guys have gone. They're not with us anymore. And you know, I remember the time I went to the Arab Emirates one time, and I had I had the king of the Arab Emirates. He gave me a custom-made Rolls Royce that no one had. This Rolls Royce is worth $2.5 million. No one in the country has it, and so that's when that's when motherfucker was like, you know what, man, I'm getting tired of this nigga here, man. That nigga here just doing too much, dog. This nigga just doing too much.
True.
Oh, this nigga Floyd just doing too much now, dog. Like, my nigga, you just doing too much at this moment, right? So, you know, and then I sit back and I listen to a lot of the language that some of these guys are saying now, using now, and I'm like, you know what, man? This shit sounds so much like Floyd now. This shit sounds so much like Floyd. And I realized I gotta be honest, though, Floyd has really had a huge influence on today's boxing. Shout out to T Seals in the building. T Seals, what's going on, fam? Shout out to Weedy Gonzalez. Lil Jessica, what's going on, sis? The Natural, what's going on, fam? Jamie Rivera, Mike the Mobile Mechanic, salute, fam. Knockdown 305, Dade County's finest. T Seals, ATL, stand up. It is what it is. Now, I want you guys to see this. Now, I agree with Shakur Stevenson. Now, this is a quote from the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. He said, who am I to throw an offer to the biggest star in boxing? Now, some people would say that that's Canelo, but that's neither here nor there. I think both of those guys are big in their own right. This is what Shakur said, right? So I'm going to pass all of this because they asked some questions. He said, Stevenson, the 2-division titleist, world champion, right? And current lightweight contender from Newark, New Jersey, said in a recent interview that he wants what the most is one. He say the fight that he wants the most is the one that's involving Gervonta Davis, right? And Shakur is 26 years old. I think Tank is 28. I think he'll be 29 in November, if I'm not mistaken. He'll be 29 in a couple of months. So so he said, honestly, the number one fight for me is Tank. Right? And he said this on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. I read this to you guys. He said, me and Tank is the best fight. He said, you can name 15 other fighters. He said, but there's one fight that truthfully needs to happen in boxing. Now, he also said that I don't know, he did say that, I'm going to tell you the truth. And he gave it up. He said that I'm not Tank. He's a big star. He's acknowledging that, hey, man, Tank Davis is a way bigger star than I am. He said he's a big star. He's a pay-per-view star. I can't throw no offers to Tank. Now, he's right. Like, what are you going to offer a guy who, you can't offer anything to? It's like outside of the challenge of fighting another top guy, there's nothing he can offer Tank outside of that. So he said, who am I to throw an offer to the biggest star in boxing? He said, what am I going to offer him? Now, that's a good question. What is Shakur going to offer someone like a Tank Davis? Like, what can he offer him? He said it don't make sense. He said that would have to be on their part, on their team to want to do that. So someone like a Booger Ray Leonard, or Tank Davis, because he makes his own fights, according to what Booger Ray is saying, that'd have to be something that they want to do. Because what do you offer him? Shout out to Ruben Allen, what's going on, fam? Shout out to Jaguar, what's going on? He said he offers credibility. I get, but see, listen, Jaguar, I get what you're saying, fam. I got you, and I'm not disagreeing with that. But guess what, though? If you listen to what Booger Ray Leonard is saying, he's saying that in order for fights like that to happen, it has to make business sense. It has to make business sense. Do you get what I'm saying? He's saying that if it don't make business sense, then those are fights that they're not going to be interested in making. And we laugh about it all the time. We always show this particular clip of Booger Ray Leonard, but guess what? You know, when you guys know when he was being interviewed by Brian Custer and stuff like that, and he say, "Who's the next big star at Mayweather Promotions?" And he was like, "Woo! Well, we have, we have some young guns." Remember he said that, and then, but at the end of the interview, well, the end of that particular question, his answer was, he say, no promoter is going to put their fighter in there with everything to lose and nothing to gain, you know what I mean, unless it makes sense.
And who's the next big star under Mayweather Promotions? Ooh, we have quite a few young guns, as I say, and I don't want to leave any names out, but we have a great roster of young talent, and we've been very selective about what we're doing, again, because when you have, an abundance of fighters, it's hard to kind of focus on. When a big fight is to be made, it has to make sense for both sides. No promoter or company is going to put their guy in an event with everything to lose and nothing to gain, especially when we're talking about this. You know what I'm saying? Interesting.
So I always remember that. I always remember that. You get what I'm saying? I always remember that. I'm like, damn, and this is what it is. And this is the business aspect that us as boxing fans, we don't give a damn about. Man, I want to hear the business shit, man. When you niggas gonna fight? When y'all gonna fight, dog? Then you have fans, yeah, this nigga decking, this nigga cherry picking, he bobbing and weaving, he doing this, he doing that. And, and it's kind of hard to defend Floyd, but Floyd have done a lot in the sport. And I told you guys, there's a difference between Pretty Boy Floyd and Money Mayweather. Money Mayweather, I didn't like Money Mayweather. I'm saying from a boxing skill standpoint. And I can't live vicariously through his money. So the money that he made, I don't give a fuck about because I ain't get a dime of it anyways. And I know how Floyd thought about people like me because I remember when he used to throw money at the camera. Like Floyd is a very, very serious narcissist and a very arrogant and a motherfucker. But he earned the right to be a narcissist and arrogant. He did. He came from nothing. He worked his ass off. He's a once in a generation talent, just like a few other fighters. That's just the reality of the situation. But that he is who he was. So, but I realized there's a lot of Floyd influence even on a lot of young boxers today. And this, some would say this is the problem, and I would even say this is the problem. This is the problem. I'm finna drop the phone lines right now.
But when you are put in a certain position, he should be he's able to, like me. When I was in a position, I can pick and choose who I want to, because I earned that right.
It is what it is, man. We're gonna get ready to drop the phone lines in a few minutes. We're gonna pay a couple of bills, and after we pay some bills, we finna drop these phone lines and get into the motherfucking show.
About you. And ever since that first night, it seems like I've been going crazy about you.
Mint green chrome in the butt, burnt orange 550. Say the pinky ring pimp, give love pussy. Seafood, big pool, make your girl look. Backwoods, big grill, watch the chef cook. Talk slow, big smoke in the moonlight. Knock your doors down, shout it till your mind right. East Point, Fulton County, where a nigga from. Got love.
You get what I'm saying? So, you got Mr. Like I said before. Hey, you know what, man? There's a lot of people out there, they really don't like Floyd Mayweather. They say he's a narcissist. They say, he thinks too highly of himself. He's very arrogant and cocky. But let's be honest, guys. I think a lot of you guys who are giving Floyd Mayweather all of this criticism, shout out to Yarmus, who's giving Floyd Mayweather all of this criticism. You got to understand, when you have somebody in your corner like a Booger Ray Leonard, who and Floyd said in that interview that Al Heyman and Booger Ray, are his advisors. They gave him good advice. Just imagine if you had somebody in your corner like Booger Ray give you good sound advice, you would be arrogant and a narcissist like Floyd too.
Make it last. Make it last forever. Don't let I love me.
want to throw that out there. You know, when you ain't got, you know what I mean? When you got Booger Ray in your corner, all things are possible. True. When you have Booger Ray in your corner, all things are possible. That's all I'm saying, fam. You know, I mean, y'all gotta put yourself in Booger Ray shoes. You know, when you got somebody like Booger Ray in your corner, all things are possible. That's all I'm saying. You know. Let me get ready to drop one of these phone lines, man. Boy, look here, boy, listen. Boy, the Wakanda nigga killer is in full effect today.
Fuck with your soul and ether. Teach you the king, you know you. Godson across the belly. I prove you lost already.
Boy, it is what it is, man. We finna get ready to drop these phone lines. Anybody want to call the coach? We finna drop the phone lines. But before we do, shout out to Gloria Day and the fabulous Set Trips.
Gloria Day and the Set Trips.
These niggas don't play.
We don't play.
You ain't heard, they be tripping.
We be tripping.
So they swerving on. No faking and no snitching. And repping hard for the set. Oh, mamas, it ain't no lie. Because niggas gonna bust.
You know, we just gotta throw that out there. On mamas, right? Shout out to Carlos Rosado. Shout out to School of X-Man, Ruben Allen in the building. You know, shout out to my main man, Yarmus, Jaguar. What's going on, fam? Knockdown 305. All of the sisters and the tenderonis in the chat, man. Let's go ahead and get ready to drop these phone lines, man. It is what it is.
Let me address something to some of the haters out there about me. Y'all can kiss my ass. Twice.
Boy, I got some ether that I'm going to add to the show. It's some ether I am not going to play. I am on a seek and destroy mission. I am a kick a man when he down type dude. Kick niggas when they down. Spit on them. Defecate on them. Do all that shit. Boy, one thing about me, I will not lose. I can promise you that. Boy, this shit is too easy for me.
You want to talk some shit? Call me. Start some shit, bitch.
Sup, fool? You gonna talk shit about me, homie? Where you from?
Hundreds of niggas is waiting for your motherfucking call, and they all talking shit about you right now.
Call the coach at 530-494-9636. We waiting on your bitch ass. And you know, man, shout out to Bomac, man. We know Bomac in the tank. We know Bomac is in the tank, man. Hopefully the brother get out soon. I do know that everybody on that side is really working on it. So, you know, hopefully Bomac get out of jail soon, man. You know, ain't no more I can really interject on it because I really don't know much of anything, to be honest with you guys. Everything is being held close to the vest, but hopefully he gets out soon. So shout out to that brother, man. Hopefully everything work out.
Las Vegas, make some noise for the next undisputed welterweight champion of the world, Derek Blood fucking Crawford!
Look. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, there's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks strong and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting when he rolls down. Crowd goes so loud, he opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's choking now, everybody's choking now. The clock's run out.
From a great show, a one-sided ass beat.
Shout out to all the haters and doubters. My boy Undisputed. I've been telling each and every one of y'all for years. A lot of y'all over here looking sad. Ellie, you looking like a retarded ass dude over there because you was going against me. I get to say I told y'all.
Yes, sir, man. Shout out to everybody in chat. Moderators, anybody spamming the chat, Invite their ass to the block party. Warn them the first time, warn them the second time, but if they spam in the chat, guess what? Invite their bitch ass to the block party and make them create another account and come up on another account. True. I can promise you that. I can promise you that. Make them come up on another account. Anyways, caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Coach? It's inevitable. It's D-Block, D-Town, D.C., D-Ville, Baltimore.
D-Block, you the first caller, dog. You the first caller,
Man,
D-Block.
I'm going to tell you something, man. I'm going to tell you something right now. I want the community to know. Your boy D-Block, he feel a little down right now. You know, he got out of work a little early. You know, I told the boss, hey, I got a little cough. So, you know, what I do? I come home. I get ready for the show. I'm ready. I'm looking at this Tank Davis picture right here in my face right now, Coach. I'm looking at the tattoo. I hear what the story's about. And we talking about Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis.
Yes, sir.
One of the greatest conversations we can have, Coach. Who wants smoke and who really don't want smoke? Now, I'm going to tell everybody from Baltimore, from B-More, from East Side neck of the woods is when Oscar de la Hoya was face of boxing, right? I'm going to be honest with you, Coach. Even though he still took his L's, people still wanted to see his fights. They still paid $1 million. It was still pay-per-view numbers were racking up the top rank for him. Mm-hmm. You know why, Coach? Because people gave a fuck. Now, Tank Davis and Baltimore and Eastside Cruz. East Side. What I'm trying to say, my bad, brother. The East Sideville of the East Side of the United States of America is so scared that once Tank Davis loses, they'll never, ever, ever, ever have that golden nugget in their hands anymore, Coach. And this is what's going on right now, Coach. Because I'm coming with, what you got to say with that? Is Tank Davis scared to let his old go, Coach?
D-Block.
I'm just holding on, Coach. I'm holding on.
D-Block, listen, man. Listen.
Holding on.
Listen, Shakur Stevenson gave an interview. I'm finna answer your question right now. Shakur Stevenson gave an interview, and he said that, listen, Tank Davis is in the position, he's a pay-per-view star, and this and that. He's in a position to where you don't offer him a contract. You know, the only way fights like Tank Davis or fighting Shakur Stevenson or Tank fighting a Devin Haney or any guy or Teofimo or any one of those guys, that decision will have to be made from Tank because he's, you know, the pecking order that he is at in boxing, he's in that position. And I think that Shakur Stevenson acknowledged that in that interview. And I'm not going to lie to you. I don't disagree. The video that you sent me, which inspired me to do this show, with Floyd Mayweather, it reminded me of, of how much impact Floyd is not only having on boxing, but having on Tank as well. So he's in that position. They put him in that position. Now, they had a bunch of fighters before, but none of those fighters was able to, Tank is lightning in a bottle. So, I just think from a business standpoint, that's what the fuck is going on. So you're not going to see a Shakur or a Devin. You might see it 4 or 5 years later. You know, probably when Tank get like 30, Tank could be 29 this year, so probably when Tank get like maybe 33, 34, somewhere around down the line, you'll probably get that. But, yeah, that just relative to the situation because of the position that he holds on the chessboard. What say you about that?
Well, I feel like it's not fair. It's not fair. You said life's not fair.
Life isn't fair. Life isn't fair.
Life isn't fair. Yeah. But you know what? We must improvise. We must keep on pushing the narrative. We got to keep on rising up in there. We got to rise up, Coach. We got to rise up. We can't let the man hold us down, Coach. We got to break them chains. God damn it. That's the way I'm going to say it. Break the damn chains. Tank Davis, I will not let you not leave this earth without your O. Your O must go before I leave this earth. Believe me, the Lord is willing. He's going to let me live. And I'm going to see that day. It could be in my deathbed when it could be on my. I'm gonna record that damn fight, and when I'm on my deathbed, I'm gonna tell my grandchildren, play me that Tank Davis knockout when he got knocked out. I don't know about who, but it's gonna happen. And coach, I'm gonna remember everybody, and I'm gonna say I knew it the day I broke the chains, and Tank Davis got his ass whooped. It's gonna happen, coach. It's inevitable.
Let me ask you this, D-Block, before you go. Okay, you say before you go, when you're on your deathbed, I hope, you know, when you're on your deathbed, and probably when you get real old, and you know you want to see, you want to see Tank Davis get knocked out before you go. My question is this: would you still have that Tank Davis tattoo on your hand?
My brother, I could have 100 Tank Davis tattoos on my damn body. I ain't trying to cut, but I don't give a fuck how many times I gotta lose. That motherfucker's gonna lose, coach, one day or another. And I promise you, it's gonna be Shakur, it's gonna be Haney. In 5 years, it could be even T.O. I don't give a fuck. I come with hate. D-Block, D-Town. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a legitimate question. And again, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. Now shout out to my dog D-Block. Now D-Block, I asked him a straight question, and D-Block went to niggas playing.
We must internalize the flatulation of the matter by transmitting the effervescence of the Indonesian proximity in order to further segregate, to preclude on the issue of world domination would only circumcise the revelation that reflects the aphrodisiac symptoms which now perpetrates the Jericho's activation.
Now hold on now. I'm gonna be hating on him now. You know, you gonna see how that tattoo on the side, the Tank Davis tattoo on the side of your head? Now wait a minute. Now hold on. Now wait a minute. Now you asked me a tough question. Now wait a minute. Now we must internalize the flatulation of the matter in order to transmit the effervescence of the of the Indonesian proximity. Sir, that was a yes or no question. Hey, caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Jerry, coach from Baltimore. What's up?
Jerry from Baltimore. Talk to me.
Leonard Ellerbe needs another, 150,000 pay-per-view units for Tank to bring his ass back to reality. I'm sick of hearing about this Tank's a big star bullshit. Yeah.
Oh, Jerry, sound like you hate it, dog. Did you hate it?
Well, no, listen, man. Tank's right here from Baltimore. I've been a big fan of his. I think he's had 5 pay-per-views. I bought them all, even though I can honestly say 3 of them were mismatches on paper, with the exception of the Santa Cruz and even the Ryan fight. But here's the deal. If the numbers that were reported are accurate, none of those pay-per-views did more than 150,000, except for the Garcia one. And that's no coincidence. Garcia had a whole lot to do with that fight selling like that, and whether Ellerbe wants to admit it or not. And I'm a Tank fan, but I'm tired of the hand-selecting opponents and hiding behind business. There's way too much talent down there. I mean, there's so much talent around that 135-pound weight division that it really could create a golden era in modern day boxing if they was facing each other. And Tank is the linchpin of it all. He's the guy who can make it happen. And I gotta be honest, I'm not buying no more of his pay-per-views unless it's against one of the top guys. Teo Lopez, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, hell, even Lomachenko at this point. I'm tired of the hand-picking of the opponent.
Hey, so Jerry, you ain't gonna buy Tank and Eastside Cruz pay-per-view coming up?
No, I'm not. But I'm cotton bullshit pay-per-views. I'm not buying Fury's pay-per-view. I'm not buying the bullshit no more. You want my money? I gotta see a quality matchup.
Seriously, fuck that. All right, Jerry, man. Salute, fam. Hey, thank you for calling, man. Baltimore, stand up. Jerry from B-Boy, stand up. Baltimore, stand up, man. Hey, you know what? Look at that. Hey, that's straight out of Baltimore.
We the Charlotte Twins. We known for calling everybody out.
Please call these people out. Listen, the whole world's looking at you. Call these people out,
What's
please.
up? It's the Jamal the Hitman Charlotte. Let's get it. Who won it?
Name them names, man.
They know who they is.
Name them names, please. The names need to be named.
They know who they is.
The Mexican monster.
Mexican monster.
Nello.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Oh, hold on, man. Sorry about that, fam. Ron calling from Duval. Talk to me, fam.
Hey, Coach, what's up? I gotta tell you, I've been listening, and I'm tired of seeing Tank fight these bums too. like, it's sickening, Coach. It's sickening.
What? It seems like I got 3 calls back to back. It seems like y'all hate no Tank. You know what? I need to change this to the I Hate Tank hotline. Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead, Ron. Go ahead. You say he fighting bums?
But this bum is taking the easy matches, fighting other bums.
Coach, he in there fighting, dude. All that talent down there, and the best you can come up with is a Isak Cruz rematch. That's ridiculous. Like, nobody wants to pay these high pay-per-views, you feel me? And you ain't out here fighting the best. You got Shakur down there. I'd rather see him fight Keyshawn Davis than to see him fight Isak Cruz. Like, this is ridiculous. There's too much talent down there. There's too much you could be doing. You understand? And you keep this, and especially with Shakur. Now, granted, like you said, like Shakur said, hey, you know what I'm saying? He the face of boxing. You feel me? So I guess I gotta wait on him. But at the same time, remember when the best fighting the best was the best for boxing? That did used to make good money. That was what it was about.
That's what it was about. Yeah.
It can be both.
Yeah.
It can be both. It can be a payday and it can be the best competition. It ain't got to be mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous. But that's all I had, Coach.
Hey, shout out to Ron from Duval. And I'm going to answer your question, man. Shout out to Ron from Duval. I'm going to piggyback off what he said. Duval County, stand up. Now, shout out to my sister Lisa Bells. There's something that he said that I totally agree with. It can be both. It can be you can fight a top guy and make a lot of money. It can be both. Why? It doesn't have to be one or the other. And this, remember what I said in the beginning of the show. Floyd Mayweather influence changed a lot of stuff in the sport. And I would even go as far as to say, for the worse. Now, it's for the good of someone like a Tank Davis, of course, but, because he's the direct beneficiary of that. I get that. And Tank doing his thing, making his money, I get it. But outside of Tank, who else is benefiting from that philosophy? And Floyd's influence on the game even today, because you hear some of these young fighters, they talking about doggone, some of them even talking, they even talk like Floyd. Some of these young fighters, if you hear some of these young fighters, these niggas around here talking, you're like, man, come on, man. It gotta make sense and this and that. Certain fighters, it gotta make sense. But when you're fighting a whole head cheese sandwich, it ain't gotta make no sense. But some of these guys, they taking Floyd's blueprint or what, caller, hold on. They're taking Floyd's terminology, and this is Floyd. Floyd introduced this to the game in the social media era, And I'm just being honest, fam. Like, that's the truth. Caller, what's your name when you calling from?
It's Damien.
Damien from B-More, talk to me.
What's all this blasphemy, man? Why y'all talking about my guy Tank like that?
Who was y'all?
No, I'm just picking, man. Hey, man, as real boxing fans, we want to see Tank in there with. We know he passed the eye test without a doubt. He passed the eye test. However, there's fights out there that we want to see, and as you always say, you can't like Tank and not like Canelo, because basically they're doing the same thing. It's just Canelo got undisputed. He got a few more people on his resume. So in that case, we kind of overlook Tank. I mean, kind of overlook Canelo, but they basically in the same situation. And I don't care about the pay-per-view numbers. I don't care about none of that shit. I just want to see him the best fight, the best. I ain't catching none of that bread. So for me, it don't even matter. But the fights that they need to have, they need to have. But we know they not happening. And remember, I called you last week, and I said people keep talking about Eastside Crews. That shit not happening because Tank done tasted that $20 million or whatever the hell him and Ryan supposed to made. So he's not going back to 1.5. I think that's why they have him announce the fight.
Yeah, but Damon, this the thing though is, the only way he's going to make that what he made with Ryan. There's nobody he can fight. There's no one he can fight that he can make that with Ryan.
It got to be a circus type fight because even if he fought Devin or Shakur, I don't think it's going to pull in the type of money. I mean, that's my opinion, but I want to see him fight though.
Yeah. But see,
and Jerry, we need to ban Jerry too because Jerry, that's South Baltimore. That shit really ain't even Baltimore. We don't count that shit.
What's talking about, Jerry?
Yeah, that's South
man,
Baltimore.
y'all hate those Jerry, man. Hey, well, no, but do
man,
you?
We West Side certified, man.
But do you agree with what Shakur said in the interview that he basically said I'm nobody in comparison to Tank, so I can't offer
personally,
Tank.
I believe that. So let's look at the Earl Spence and Bud situation. I feel like the perception has been created that Tank is a star, and then he had all of those pay-per-views prior to Ryan Garcia, where I guess they did moderate numbers, right? And then they had this one big one, but so now they really gonna talk shit now because they got we did 1.5,
right?
Man, they really talking we're star shit. So I don't know if we gonna ever see any decent fights with Tank. Like you said, who the hell can he fight right now that's gonna bring that kind of money?
Right. And
I don't know,
and hold on before you go down.
Fans suffer.
Yeah, no, before you go, check this out. I was listening to the interview with Floyd Mayweather was doing an interview back in the day with Brian Kelly on SportsCenter, and he was bragging about how many pay-per-views he sold. And Brian Kelly said, yes, you sold 3-point-something million with Oscar De La Hoya.
Exactly.
He said, but you did it with Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar was the other half of the equation. You didn't do this by yourself. You were just one half of the equation. People, so when people say Floyd did this or Floyd did that, Floyd didn't do it by himself. If he had the right dance partner that'll help him reach those numbers.
Absolutely.
And how I know, when he fought Berto, he did like 400,000, and they didn't even want to post it.
Right.
So, all right, but shout out to Damien.
To quote Coach Malachi, who you fight matters.
Yeah. I mean, that's... Yeah.
All right, man.
All right, shout out to Damien, man. Be more stand up. Did you get what I'm saying? This ain't hate or shade. Like, no fighter can sell magnificent numbers without the right dance partner. That's just the reality of the situation. So, that's the only thing. Like I say, man, Floyd laying it on a little too thick. And I get what Floyd is talking about, but Floyd made it seem like, yeah, man, I did this, I did that, and yada, 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 blah, this. I'm like, Floyd, who you fought? And Floyd Mayweather, of all people, know. Carla, hold on. Who you fight matters. You fought Ricky Hatton. If you don't fight Ricky Hatton, you don't do astronomical numbers. If you don't fight Manny Pacquiao, you don't do astronomical numbers. If you don't fight Oscar De La Hoya, you don't do astronomical numbers. So who you fought, the names, the guys that you fought, were the reasons why you was able to do those numbers. You had the right dance partner. And so, perfect example, Tank fought Ryan Garcia. Now, Ryan Garcia don't have nowhere near the skills that Tank Davis have, but in this social media era, the Ryan Garcia have a social media following. And yeah, it was a contract with catch weight and all that stuff there, but he had a following. Who you fight matters. How I know? Because if Tank were to fight Eastside Crews, I can promise you he won't do nowhere near what he did with Ryan Garcia. Do you want to know why? Because who you fight matters. Eastside Crews ain't got no following like that. Just because he from Mexico, what the hell that mean? When he fought Tank the first time, he wasn't even a big draw. They only did like 50-something thousand pay-per-view buys. So, and see, and this is what when people talk about Floyd, they always leave out the second half of the equation. The second half of the equation is who you fight. Jama said Pitbull is not an easy fight. I mean, it's an easy fight for Tank, in my opinion. Carla, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Coach, it's D-Block 2 times.
D-Block, talk to me.
Real quick. I want to thank all the Baltimoreans that called right now. I want to appreciate y'all for calling and telling the fans that y'all tired and frustrated of this dictatorship you under. The PBC, Ellerbe, Floyd, and especially the Crown King of Baltimore, Mr. Tank Davis. I'm glad a revolution will take place, my brothers and my sisters, and I'm hearing it right now. on Coach Malachi. We just heard 2 Baltimoreans call in the show and say they're tired of it. They're willing to rise with D-Block, to fight with D-Block, and let it be known around the world that Tank Davis is a fraud until he wins a legitimate title. You got Shakur Stevenson, my people. WBC. He's going to fight a no-name, whoever he want to be. But believe me, when the day's done and over, Shakur Stevenson will be the number 135 undisputed champion of the world. And finally, the people of Baltimore will rise and see their true king, Shakur Stevenson, and know that Tank Davis was a false. D-Block, D-Town, D-City, D-Ville, Baltimore.
Shut out to D-Block. Again, guys, I just, this, you know what? This seemed like the I Hate Tank Davis hotline today. I tell you what, fuck it. Anybody want to hate on Tank, we're going to do this like we did with Canelo. You know, we had the Canelo the Canelo hate hotline. So today seemed like the Tank Davis hate hotline, right? You know, I'm just doing this show to just prove a point. I think that Shakur Stevenson is right in his assessment. You know, in life, nothing is fair. You know, you have those who are a little bit more blessed than others. And Tank Davis is in the position where he's a little bit more blessed than other fighters. So he doesn't, you know, he has a right to pick and choose who he wants to fight and stuff like that. And I'm the only way, I do think that the Tank, Carla, hold on. I do think that the Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson fight happened. I do think that what my main man name? Devin Haney fights and the Teofimo Lopez fights that happen. I think it'll happen maybe 3 or 4 years later on down the line. If you study Floyd Mayweather and Al Heyman and Blueprint, you know, they like to let fights marinate. So Booger Ray said that the fight isn't ready yet. It has to make sense. Right now, it doesn't make business sense, is what he's saying. So that would be the reason why Tank wouldn't fight those guys right now. But I think he'll probably fight them. It'll probably be like maybe 4 or 5 years later, you know. Shout out to OP Gamer. Hey, okay. We're dropping that half for bam, dub on your boy. Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy. What it say, OP Gamer? He say 3 times paper champ. Hey, you sound like doggone. You sound like doggone Clubber Lane. You a paper champion. You know, he a paper champ. You know what I mean? You sound just like doggone Clubber Lane.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Carla, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Coach? This is Coach Eddie from the ATL.
Coach Eddie, talk to me, fam.
Yes, sir. Good show today. Always exposing the truth. I like how you good at exposing the false narrative. And like I say, Tank is not a star. He's not a big star like they're trying to make him out to be. You know, I'm not wasting no money buying none of his pay-per-views. I'll go to the grocery store and buy me some groceries before I pay for that junk. I ain't paying for nothing that he putting on because everything he putting on is a fraud right now. You know, he's ducking, Coach. You know, and I mean, he joined the range. You know how you got Mount. You know you got Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Now you got Mount Duckmore. You got Floyd on there, Canelo, Tank, and Keith Thurman. They on Mount Duckmore, and he joined the ranks with Canelo. You know, Canelo is one of Tank Davis' favorite fighters. He wears his glove.
Yeah, he said.
So like I say. Yeah, he been ducking it, and Booger Ray Leonard always telling lies, you know, trying to trick people into thinking Tank is just this big star, and he's not, man. He's not. Like I say, I'm not supporting this guy, man. You know, not till he fights somebody, you know. And like even what you talking about to pick that up, what you said about Floyd. Floyd turned me off that last time when he fought Manny Pacquiao. He tricked everybody, and then he started wearing that ski mask to the ring, somebody he robbing the public. Now I'm gonna say if you telling me that you robbing me, I ain't buying nothing from you, man.
You know what? Hey, Coach Eddie, I forgot all about that. Floyd Mayweather say, no, I'm robbing the bank. He say, if y'all gonna keep paying to see me fight, he said that recently too. He said, if y'all gonna keep paying, I'm gonna keep playing. He said, I'm robbing the bank. He said, it's free money. Floyd was literally making mockery of the boxing fans. He said, if y'all, he said, like I said before, if y'all gonna keep paying, if y'all gonna keep paying, I'm gonna keep playing. I'm robbing the bank, baby. That's what I'm doing. And he throwing the money at the camera. And a lot of people like me and your age, that's when we started getting turned off from Floyd Mayweather. I didn't like Money Mayweather. This era of boxing, his last 15 fights, this era of boxing fans on social media, they felt they love Money Mayweather. They don't know anything about Pretty Boy Floyd. So that Money Mayweather era train of thought persona, that's what's going on even right now to this day.
You said it, Coach. And another side, like I say, the ducking is at an all-time high, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got guys, that you got contenders that's ducking. It don't make no sense. You got they coming together to form Duckstron. Not Voltron, but Duckstron. And Floyd is the black line right at the top of the thing. You got Floyd, Canelo, Tank, Keith Thurman, and Esau Cruz. You got Duck Chain Clan. You got leaders of the Duck School. It's crazy, man. All of this ducking is crazy. It's out of control. And one more thing, cause I ask you, get your opinion on this. Is Shakur Stevenson becoming the new Demetrius Andre? Making bad business decisions. He's gonna wind up not getting the fight that he wants and gonna be sitting back complaining. Is he too good for his own good?
I don't know. He's gonna become, well, if he can beat Edwin De Los Santos, because so far he's been batting 1,000. 2-division world champion, former unified champion. So far he's been batting 1,000. Some would say he made a bad business decision with Devin Haney, but we'll see. We'll see how that works out. Devin Haney ended up dropping the belt. Once Shakur became the mandatory, and Devin Haney made a bitter decision. Some people feel that, hey man, Shakur should have took the 25%. No, 25% of what? I think Shakur spoke on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. They said that they threw a number out there. They said it was $32 million. So Shakur, so if Shakur were to get 25% of $32 million, that's what? That's $8 million if I'm not mistaken. So that means Devin Haney would have got $24 million. My question is this: what fight on this planet was Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney? Those guys are going to split $32 million. Like Devin Haney never made $24 million before in his life for a fight. So that ain't never going to happen. So all these numbers was thrown out there. Shakur he turned down $8 million. Like where? How? Like these dudes be pulling numbers out their ass, dog, and we be having these hypothetical conversations about, yeah, man, he was getting this high payday. And I'm like, dude, who told you niggas this? Where's this coming from? Do you get what I'm saying? So you're like, on what planet Devin Haney is getting $24 million for a fight against Shakur Stevenson? What planet? Now, someone like a Tank Davis, maybe, Tank Davis is the top whole head cheese in the lightweight division. He's one of the top guys in boxing from a draw standpoint. But like, somebody explain that to me, please. You get me? Somebody explain that to me. And this ain't no shade on Shakur nor Devin, because Devin doing his thing. Devin has an old school mentality. As far as I'm concerned, I love Devin Haney. But I'm just saying, these guys who throwing these numbers out there, Coach Eddie, like, where are these numbers coming from? And as a boxing fan, I don't give a damn. Like, I just want to see the fights. So I'm just trying to show from two different perspectives, Coach Eddie. I agree with Shakur Stevenson. Someone like a Tank Davis, who is like one of the most powerful pieces on the chessboard, you can't offer him anything. Tank will have to be the one to decide who he wants to fight. And because as Floyd Mayweather would say, I get to pick and choose whoever I wanted to. Like when I was in that position, because I earned that right. He said he earned that right. So Tank Davis apparently earned the right to do it how he wanted to do it, like Floyd. And that's just the reality of the situation, whether people like it or not. And like you say, you got a choice whether you want to buy the fight or not. If he ain't fighting the guy that you want him to fight, don't buy it. Simple as that. He gonna do well. Right. He gonna do well at the gate, but his pay-per-view is going to tank. They gonna tank. I can guarantee that.
Right. Yeah. All right, that's my call, Coach. Good show today, Coach.
All right, shout out to Coach Eddie, man. But do you guys get what I'm saying? Like, Floyd Mayweather has a very, very powerful, a strong influence on even to this day, dog. Like, I was like, damn, like this motherfucker here, man, like for real, bro. Like, we gotta try to get past the Floyd era. Like the Floyd era is still here. Carter, what's your name when you calling from?
What up, Coach? Thomas from Brooklyn, man.
Thomas from Brooklyn. Talk to me, my brother.
Yo, man. Good show, good topic today, man. I'm bugging because at the end of the day, I just want to say the market is going to dictate the fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's just how it is, man. Like you can't get mad because Kanye sell his sneakers for $300. Because people are paying for that shit. No.
No. You're right. Yeah.
No, I can't be like, yo, it's bullshit, man. This nigga trying to charge $300. This is $16 a make. What the fuck he care for?
Yeah.
If I'm on the street and I'm selling eights and he's just flying, you can't tell me what I got to charge or what you want to pay.
Yeah.
Because I don't give a fuck if you're paying or not. And the problem is, like, God, everybody in the chat, everybody listening, we will fans. We want to see the best fight. But we not the majority of the people putting the money up that they need to make these fights, man.
Right.
And, like, yo, I respect Core because he kept it a buck. Like, yo, I ain't in no spot to offer this nigga no money.
Yeah.
He gonna have to come for me. And, like, yo, or take that. Like, yo, why the fuck am I going to do this tough fight when I'm getting 8 figures making this fight?
Right.
Not saying it won't happen eventually, but like when the brothers say, "Yo, I ain't gonna pay," that's the attitude everybody gotta have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To make a difference, because as long as we paying, then you're gonna take the easier fight. And I just like at this point, I gotta agree with Booker Ray. It don't make a lot of sense from a business side at this point. Like the fight gotta brew a little bit.
Right.
Also,
are you saying it doesn't make sense because he's speaking from a business standpoint, but you're saying
right.
But you're saying you're saying it doesn't make sense. Why take the risk of fighting someone like that when what you're doing is working? Is that what you're saying?
Hear me out, though, Coach. Like, why fight on Shakur at this point when 2-3 years down the road, it might be able to do triple what it does now. And like, yo, the bottom line is Shakur got a shot to win. I mean, that don't mean he's scared, but like, let me get compensated for taking this risk. That's just how it is. That's business. We live in a capitalist society. You know what I mean? Niggas can complain and bitch and moan. You know what I'm saying? Don't buy the shit. Like, that's all you can do to really protest it. Other than that, the market's going to dictate it, man. And I'm going to say one thing. I remember Marco Antonio Barrera, he basically was talking about the business side. He said, yo, they asked him, was he going to retire and this and that? He said, no. He said, you didn't look great in your last fight. He said, listen, to get to this point where I can make this kind of money in this sport, took me my whole life. So why the fuck would I stop now? You know what I'm saying? Like, these guys busted their ass to get to this level, and they taking advice from people that are smart in business. They the fighters, man. And again, I know we want to see these fights, but the public says otherwise, man. That's what I got, Coach. Thank you, man. Peace and love.
Shout out to y'all, man. Peace and love to you, my brother. Brooklyn, stand up. See, I want to explain something to you guys because I think a lot of you guys may be missing the point. Some guys may be missing the point as well. You know what makes boxing so intriguing and so makes the boxing public so engaging? Well, back in the day in the old school, it's different now. When I say the old school, I mean when I was coming up and I was a teenager and stuff like that. You know, when the Money Mayweather era happened, it killed everything in my opinion. But what makes boxing so exciting is the competition and the risk. The reason why people love Manny Pacquiao so much, they like, man, that's a little small motherfucker, but he moving up, going through weight divisions, fighting bigger dudes. They looked at it as though he was taking the risk. Carla, hold on. He was taking risk. Now, yeah, he did fight people that catch weights and stuff like that, but that's what they was looking at. When, like even today, when people look at Canelo, the reason why a lot of his fans like him, they say Canelo taking risks. He went up to light heavyweight because you know when you're fighting bigger guys, it's the risk, it's the mystique, the mystery of the risk that you're taking. And then if you take a risky fight here and there, and you beat that guy or make it competitive or lose, or you beat the guy, make it competitive, then it's like it draws the intriguingness from the boxing fans. But if you fighting, if people look at you as a world-class fighter and they know you fighting you fighting a whole head cheese sandwich. Now we know that this guy, from a competition standpoint, he has no business being in the ring with you. That's one. And two, there's no risk. So you get what I'm saying? So it's just another fight. But so I think people are missing that in boxing. The level of competition and the risk is what makes the fight game so intriguing and exciting from a fan standpoint. Carla, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Jamie from New York.
Jamie from New York, talk to me.
Hey, Coach, did I call the right number to hate on Tank today?
Yeah. You called the right number. This is the I Hate Tank Davis hotline.
Good. Listen, bro. Listen. I like Tank.
Yeah.
Okay? He's a bad boy. Okay? The boy got skills. He's a bad motherfucker. He can fight. But, Coach, I'm tired of this shit too, man. I'm with Jerry, bro. I'm not paying for any of his fucking fights from now on, bro. I'm done with him, bro. Bro, the way he's moving, man, it's making him look, I don't know, man, soft. You know what I'm saying? For a street guy, I don't get it, man. And I don't get it. And everything what you just said, I understand it from a business point. But, Coach, you know, you also in this sport of this game, you know, for the fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we're the ones that are gonna vote for you, I guess, to put you in the Hall of Fame and shit.
Right.
He's not pushing himself. You know, he's not testing himself. He's not challenging himself, bro. You got to get in there with the top guys, bro. The thing that bothers me with Tank, he's going on 29 this year. Right? Dude, you're in your prime years now. What are you waiting for, bro? You're mid-30s to fight the top guys? You know what I'm saying? All he's doing is wasting time, to me.
Yeah, I think those fights will happen, the Shakur, the Haney's, but it's going to happen probably about 3-4 years later on down the line. They're going to do the same thing. That's what they're going to do. Like, none of those guys are afraid of each other. But as Booger Ray said, it has to make sense. It'll probably make sense 4 or 5 years down the line. But this is the problem. Like some people said that the reason why the Crawford Spence fight, it could have been a lot bigger than what it was, but they over-marinated the fight. Sometimes if you wait too long to make a fight, you can over-marinate it, and people are turned off about what happened with Floyd and Manny Pacquiao. And then once the public starts to feel that they are being robbed, being hoodwinked, being tricked by the business of boxing, then they'll show you by not supporting your fights with dollars. So,
yeah, Coach, that happened to all of us, but with that Floyd and Pac-Man fight, bro, that happened. We all felt like they played us, bro. They tricked us, like, you know what I'm saying? That was one of the worst fights I've ever seen, bro. It was so boring, bro. I couldn't wait to go to sleep.
So much hugging. Floyd did a whole lot of hugging.
Yeah, man.
Floyd out jabbed him, but he was doing a whole lot of hugging. I'm like, man, come on.
Yeah, he did. He beat him clearly, but hey, man. And I was rooting for Manny that day.
Yeah, Floyd
beat him. He beat him. He beat him clearly, man. Yeah, he did. But yeah, Coach, man, I wish I could fucking meet Tank in person, bro, and tell him in his face, like, yo, man, stop moving like this, man. You know, you're being pussy right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're a street dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't do this to yourself. But again, he is who he is. You know what I'm saying? He's his own person. He doesn't care about us. You know, so it is what it is, man.
All right. But shout out to Jamie, man. New York. No, I got you.
All right, Coach. All right, buddy. All right.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think what it is just what Booger Ray Leonard is saying. It's just their business. You know, when you're in the position that Tank is in, he has the right to pick and choose who he wants to fight. I think those fights will happen with the Shakurs later on down the line. But probably, as I said before, like 4 years, 5 years later, probably when Tank will be 29 this year. Maybe by the time Tank get like 33 years old, 33, 34 years old, maybe those fights can materialize then, and maybe it'll make sense then. In the meantime, you know, that it's just the reality of the situation. And I think that's what Booger Ray Leonard is saying, you know. I don't agree with it, but it is what it is. Caller, what's your name when you call it from?
Martin from Oakland.
Martin from Old Town. Talk to me, my brother.
Yeah, Coach. I think that whole fights have to make business sense is the ultimate duck talk. Because if you think about it, throughout the history of competition, doesn't matter what it is, it's always been someone with an established legacy that had more to lose than the up-and-coming challenger. Didn't matter what sport it was. All individual sports, that's the situation. And if in tennis, golf, whatever, those guys had the luxury of being able to exclude the up-and-comers, they would have did it. Unfortunately, boxing, historically, they didn't have it like that until guys started picking and choosing, you know, because if you want to use the whole, you know, fights have to make business sense, then how come that don't apply for all these Canelo haters when they bring up Andre, who doesn't have a following, or either one of the Charlos who combined sold 100,000 pay-per-views? That fight wouldn't make sense for Canelo because Canelo's never exposed anywhere near that little. But it don't apply. Why? Because they don't like the man. But when they like the fighter, it makes all the sense in the world. My thing is, Floyd gets all this credit, the green print, blah, blah, blah. Keeping it real, coach, he ruined pay-per-view. And I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
He put $100,000 pay-per-view price tag on a fight that wasn't worth a fuck. Only reason they even did that fight then was because Les Moonves, who ran CBS, threatened to sue him and the PBC.
Right.
So they didn't have no getting around it. You feel me? Otherwise, what they would have done or what they were hoping to do is run out the clock on that 5-fight deal with Showtime,
right.
And then they could have charged whatever they wanted for that fight and kept all the money for themselves. But Les Moonves caught them with the hand in the cookie jar, made that bullshit fight happen. It happened. It sucked. And then what did he follow that up with? A bullshit-ass fight with Conor and a bullshit-ass fight with Andre Berto.
Right.
That's why nowadays it's a miracle. Think about it, Coach. There's been 3 fights that have sold over 1 million. Tank versus Ryan, Tyson versus Roy Jones, and Floyd versus that Paul dude, Logan Paul. And that's because Logan Paul has like tens of millions of followers. It wasn't because of Floyd. It was because of that fool. You feel me? Other than that, you're lucky to get 800,000 nowadays. And that's all thanks to who? Mr. Money Mayweather.
Floyd, but see, one thing I will say about Floyd, Martin, and I stress this to people, right? When people make an argument for Floyd or even against Floyd, I say, listen, bro, who you fight matters. If a fighter is,
absolutely.
If a fighter, and this what a lot of boxing fans fail to realize, if a fighter does astronomical numbers at the box office and on pay-per-view, especially pay-per-view, because Tank can sell out fighting a hog head cheese sandwich, but he probably won't be able to charge premium ticket prices for fighting a Esau Cruz versus whether he fight a Ryan Garcia. So who you fight matters. Absolutely. Because who you fight matters will determine what the price point will be for the fight that the public is willing to pay for to come see you. But also for you to do those astronomical pay-per-view numbers, who you fight matters. So Floyd was very, very good at making sure he picked fighters that had a country behind him. I'm going to fight Canelo. We're going to fight Ricky Hatton. We're going to fight Manny Pacquiao. Like this, just look at the people he fought when he was Money Mayweather. Oscar De La Hoya, who was the golden boy at that time. He made Conor McGregor. He was the top dog in UFC. He made sure that he was very meticulous about who he fight because, and now Floyd did really good in marketing. He took all of the credit. He did take all of the credit. Yeah. He said, yeah, man, I did this. I did that. No, Floyd, you did not do this and do that by yourself. You did it because of the other half of the equation.
True.
Yeah, so, yeah. You know what I mean? So, but shout out to Martin from Oakland. Salute, fam. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you forget about the other half of the equation. Hey, we got over 500 people in here, less than 400 likes. We're going to start the phone lines right now, man. We're going to start the phone lines right now. And anybody say, once we get the 400 likes, we need 60 more likes. Once we get the phone lines up, I will open the lines back up. Anybody sitting there hate watching, don't want to hit the like button, Riley.
Look, fuck you. Fuck the plane you flew in on. Fuck them shoes. Fuck those socks with the bell on it. Fuck them cheap-ass cigars. Fuck your yuck mouth teeth. Fuck your hairpiece. Fuck your chocolate. Fuck Guy Ritchie. Fuck Prince William. Fuck the Queen. This is America. My president is black and my Lambo is blue, nigga. Now get the fuck out of my hotel room. And if I see you in the street, I'm slapping the shit out of you.
But see, what Booger Ray them is saying is, again, Leonard Ellerbe is all about the business aspect and the money. So, Tank Davis is set up well. He's set up pretty well. But, if you're someone like Tank, you're in that position to where you don't have to fight those guys probably till later on down the line. I believe now that I sit back and think about it, guys, I think we will get those fights, but we're not going to get them until later on down the line, probably like 3-4 years down the line, we'll see those fights. And if you look at what happened with the Floyd Crawford, if you look at, Spence Crawford, when Spence even said that he had other options, he could fight Canelo at 160 and this and that, and he could take the easy route. When you have other options, you can Tank got a lot of options, guys. That's just a reality of the situation, and that's just what it is. The Canelos, they got a lot of options, and that's just it. So it's up to you guys to decide what you're going to pay for and watch. But I think those fights are going to happen 4 or 5 years later on down the line. Tank will probably be like, let's see, he'll be 29 in a couple of months. So let's see, 29. He'll probably be like 34, 33, 34, somewhere up in that time when those fights happen. And it'll probably be at a different weight division.
Yep, that's right. I'm running things. I'm running things. Cream corn. That's why they call me that. Smooth. I got more measure for your pleasure. Stick with me, baby. I'll have you farting through silk. And let a nigga mess with me. I'll jump on him. All 93 pounds of pure dynamite.
Hey, you get what I'm saying? So, it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. But, you guys do know that Jamil Charlo want a Walla. Shout out to Cooking Research Senior. Salute to you, fam. Jamil Charlo want a Walla, man. Jamil Charlo doing his thing. He wants the Walla. You get what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. Jamil Charlo getting ready for Canelo. Will Jamil Charlo make history? And he say he want the smoke. We gonna see.
Y'all better not have me on there breathing like Earl Spence. Earl Spence was in that bitch. I don't want that. I'm calling our directors. I'm calling out all the directors. He went for a run, he was breathing. Hell no. I'm gonna be a lion in that hole. Pay-per-view. So Tom, Canelo, I want it.
Y'all miss what you say, y'all. You say working people wouldn't take less money at their jobs. Why should the fighters? Okay, I got a beautiful answer for that. You're right about that. Why should the fighters? But when you are in a sport, Yarmis, the market dictates how much you're going to get paid. You just said that. So the market is going to dictate whether we're going to pay you $20 million for this fight or versus paying you $5 million to fight Esau Cruz. So I'm pretty sure, Yarmis, that you will agree that the money that Tank Davis made fighting Ryan Garcia, he ain't going to make nowhere near that fighting Esau Cruz. Pretty sure you would agree with that. So if he's not going to make the money fighting an Esau Cruz that he made fighting Ryan Garcia, guess what? He's taking less. True. He's taking less. You're going to get paid according to who you fight, which, i.e., boxing is not like a regular 9-to-5 job. You're going to get paid according to who you fight. That's the reality of the situation. That's how this works. That's how this works, fam. I mean, you of all people know that. True. You of all people know that. Shout out to LV. Hey, okay. For dropping that half for bam, dub on your boy. Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy. He say taking his team is relying on the casuals, not know who's good, so they can keep selling BS fights like Cruz. To be honest, he said they treat Tank like he a 30-year-old prospect. Shout out to Rick Starr. Hey, okay. For dropping that $7. Bam, super chat on your boy. Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy. He said, Coach, I would rather see Javante fight a whole head cheese sandwich than Esau Cruz. Facts. Boy, D-Block, you got people saying facts. Everybody, doggone, they taking D-Block facts, man. Salute.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Y'all must say a fight with Shakur wouldn't pay like a fight down the road. That's more what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Those fights are not going to happen until maybe 4 or 5 years down the line. So what you're saying, Yarmis, is you saying probably 4 or 5 years later when Tank get about 33, 34, that's when that fight pay more money. That's a guess. We'll see. But this is the problem with that logic. I'm going to tell you the problem with that logic. Remember they was talking about Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. One time Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua were free agents. Not free agents. Both of them were champions. Undefeated champions, right? And they was in the process of negotiating to fight each other. But both of those guys played. Whatever side you want to believe. If you want to believe that Anthony Joshua didn't want to fight, I don't care. If you want to believe Deontay Wilder didn't want to fight, I don't care. I'm not even fixing to get into mental and verbal gymnastics of two different fan bases. The fact of the matter is, those guys didn't fight each other for whatever the reason may be. Guess what happened? Anthony Joshua got stopped by Andy Ruiz. Then he came back and won his belts back. And then he came back and lost 2 back-to-back fights to Alexander Usyk. Deontay Wilder got in a trilogy match with Tyson Fury, and Fury knocked him out twice and took his belt. And then now look at both of them. So is the market value for a Wilder Fury fight? If they were to fight right now, is the market value high for that fight, higher now than it would have been if they would have fought 4 or 5 years ago when both of them were unified champions, when one guy was a unified champion and another guy was a champion before they had losses? True. I mean, that's a valid question. That's a valid question. We gotta look at it from all angles. Sometimes the motherfucker, you may walk in there, sometimes, you may walk in there with they have situations, you may walk in there with a cherry and it's a cherry pick that went wrong somehow. And you see, and you seen that several times, y'all. It might be a dude walking there, yeah, dog, finna knock that nigga out, dog, this shit gonna be easy, old cherry. And that cherry put up a hell of a fight that day. Like, goddamn, I ain't know them. Y'all told me. Well, hold on now. Hey, shout out to my sister, Food Revolution. Hold on now, Food Revolution. Y'all told me that nigga right here was, hold on now. Y'all told me that nigga right here was supposed to be easy. Somebody forgot to tell that dude he was supposed to be easy. Shout out to Yamas. He said, Coach, no one predicted Ruiz fight, Coach. No one. I totally agree with that. No one predicted it, but that's why they have upsets. And that's what I'm saying. Me and you can't predict, my brother, that Tank Davis is going to be undefeated 4 or 5 years from now when he decides to fight Shakur Stevenson. We can't predict that Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney is going to be undefeated 4 or 5 years from now. We can't predict that. That's what I'm saying. You're making my point. No one predicted Ruiz. You're right about that. But no one is going to predict if any one of those guys that's over marinating the fight is going to lose either. True. You're literally making my point. Shout out to Knockdown 305 with the same thing we say Ice Truck. So that's all I'm saying. I think those fights are going to happen, but like for me, like Wilder and Joshua dropped the ball. They literally dropped the ball. For whatever the case may be, they literally dropped the ball. You get what I'm saying? So now it's like, because you may pick a tomato can or you may pick a cherry, and guess what? Hold on, Yamas. Okay, I got. You guys do know I got my own promotional company. I got Nick Sack Promotions. And we doing pretty well. We doing pretty well with the cherry picking and stuff like that. You may pick a guy, he a whole head cheese sandwich, and guess what? That motherfucker pull up a hell of a fight. Old pussy ass nigga, what's going on, boy? I'm telling you, boy, I'm knock your fuck ass out, boy. Blow for blow, pound for pound, nigga. I got the title, nigga. I'm telling you, boy, I'm finna knock one of you Wakanda niggas out. Nigga, I got these hands, nigga. I'm throwing them paws at that nigga, finna knock your ass down again, nigga. Get your ass back up, nigga. Don't run, nigga. I'm telling you, boy, I want a hole of smoke. Nigga, I'm throwing them paws, nigga. I'm putting them hands on you, nigga. I told you what I'm gonna do to you, nigga. Catch you with the check left hook. Nigga, check left hook, nigga. I told you, boy, pound for pound, nigga. I'm the best. This more action than any Devin Haney fight. Put these paws on you, nigga. I told you, I got you backing up, nigga. I got you backing up. Nigga, watch that check left hook, knock your ass down again, nigga. I'm telling you, boy, it is what it is, nigga. I'm gonna make it do what it do. I'm telling you, boy, we ain't even playing over here, boy. Hey, doggone, hey, Kid he say, Coach, I'm trying to get on Nick Sack Promotion stable, Coach. I got hands. True. Hey, Keita. Yeah, we believe in protecting our fighters over here. We pick the finest of the cherries. I have some of the best matchmakers on the planet, and we gotta get the likes up before I drop the phone lines again. We need 30 more likes. We really need 23 more likes. Yeah, look here, man. We believe. See, that's our business model over here. Not only listen, Nick Sack Promotions, we got the best boxing promotional company on YouTube. We have the best wrestling promotional company on YouTube, and we have the best karate promotional company on YouTube. We cover MMA, mixed martial arts, boxing, and wrestling. Oh Lord, I swear to God, when I see that whole ass nigga Coach, man, like how ways I'm gonna put them paws on them. Nigga, Wakanda forever, bitch. Oh Lord, he threw Wakanda through that fence. Wakanda is dead. Oh Lord. Boy, sometimes you think it's gonna be sweet. You sitting there smiling and all that stuff there, and next thing you know, God damn, but this motherfucker here came to fight. I don't even play, nigga. Wakanda, bring your ass over here, nigga. This what I'm gonna do to you. Oh Lord, no more. I just kicked Wakanda in the face. Oh, hit him in the stomach. Oh Lord, kick him, slap him, kick him again. Oh Lord, I'm beating Wakanda ass. What you gonna do, Wakanda? You want some more? Oh Lord, hammers, go up on him, bam, catch him in the neck. Lord, Wakanda is dead. When you somebody, so. And that's what I'm saying. You know what made me really talk about this as well, because both guys was on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. Remember, Tank Davis was on there first. I think that was prior to shit. That was prior. That was prior to the Ryan Garcia fight. Could have been prior to the Hector Garcia fight as well. I think it was prior to that. And he let it be known. He said, look, man, I ain't never asked for those fights.
Me, the fans, we feeling like you not getting the best fights you supposed to. But we know Tank can fight anybody. Why is that? For me, we want to see you fight Lomachenko. We want to see you fight Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, motherfucking all the top who they say is the 4 horsemen, and they anywhere around your weight class. We want to see it happen. When we gonna see it happen?
I'm not sure. I ain't got
That's
nothing to do with it. That was real shit.
That's some real shit.
I don't know. That's like,
how many times you don't went in there and said, I want these niggas, man?
to be honest, I ain't never said.
So what we're going to do, guys, we're going to go to a short station identification break. We need 12 more likes in order to get the phone lines back open. Once we get the 12 likes, hopefully after the short station identification break, we will drop the phone lines and allow the callers to call back in and voice your opinions. Again, I do get it. I do get Tank Davis' position. He's in a position to where he can pick and choose who he wants to fight. And if he doesn't want to fight Shakur or any of those guys, he has a right to do that. Maybe he'll fight him, like I say, 4 or 5 years down the line. I think those fights will happen. Will those guys still be undefeated? I have no idea. We don't have no way of predicting that. You know, Shakur may lose to Edwin De Los Santos in November. I'm picking him to win, but he may lose. You know, Tank may end up losing 4 or 5 years down the line to someone else before he get those fights. We don't know. We have no way of knowing and predicting it. It just depends. We'll see. But those fights will probably happen. Maybe Tank is 29. They'll probably happen when he's like 33, 34 years old. But I think they will happen.
I know how to get this money.
Whoa.
Talking water. My bracelet costs about 40 and my necklace costs a quarter. Talking water. I go stupid like on Boosie. All this jury got me foolish. All this water. All of these diamonds, they bright, so you gon' see me at night. All of this water. Now I be drip.
Water. When your daughter see this water, she gon' let Boosie record. Them little niggas in the A, they making deals off the wall.
And see, this is the thing, right? Like, again, and I say this time and time again, bro. Floyd Money Mayweather. He did good by Tank Davis. But the state of boxing, his influence on boxing today is very, very prevalent. His influence on boxing today is very, very prevalent. I mean, you just hear it from, you know, a lot of these guys. It's the same old shit. Now, to me, it's duck language. But if you're a promoter, if you're Booger Ray Leonard from a promoter standpoint, it has to make sense. So someone like a Booger Ray Leonard, Esau Cruz will make sense. I'm going to tell you why. Because you could pay Esau Cruz $300,000. He got like $300,000 when he fought Tank the first time. This time he'll probably get like $500,000, something of that sort. Black versus Mexican. You can hype it up that way. And then the public gets to decide what is the risk. Do they feel like this guy got a shot? You get what I'm saying? Because what makes boxing so intriguing is what? The level of competition and the risk. That's what makes boxing intriguing. Mike Tyson, Lennox, well, that was old. That was way past his prime. But I'm saying when prime fight, this is a perfect example of risk. When you have two high caliber fighters that fight each other when they are in their prime or somewhere around their prime. That's what makes the risk. That's what makes the fan base intrigued about what they see, right? That's what make the fan base intrigued by what they see. Oh shit, but I don't know, boy. I don't know. Like when Tank fought Ryan Garcia, there were a lot of people that thought Ryan Garcia was going to win. A lot of people thought that, yeah, man, Ryan, boy, he got these fast hands and check left hooks and stuff like that. Because people were intrigued by it. Now, the casuals didn't know anything about the effects of a rehydration clause and all that stuff there. And when you looked at that fight, I mean, you knew like, man, Tank could have beat this dude without any of that stuff. But, I think maybe Tank was flexing his A-side muscle. And this is the thing, right? When the fighter is the A-side, they're going to flex their muscle. Like, what will be the conditions that you fight a guy under? Do you get what I'm saying? When you're a fighter like one of the top guys that's in the position of power on the chessboard, not only do you get a chance to pick who you're going to fight, but hey, you may put certain conditions in there that are maybe not the norm. Like when Crawford and Spence, they didn't fight at the catch weight, so they fought each other. They fought each other at their weight. Both of them had to make the welterweight. Both of them had to make the weight because they were welterweights, right? Now, whatever was negotiated from a business standpoint, a coin flip, who gonna walk out first? A lot of people say that Terrence Crawford pretty much debowed those negotiations because he got everything he wanted. And Errol Spence made some concessions in order to make the fight happen. So I take my hat off to that brother for doing that. But you get what I'm saying? But someone like a Tank Davis, I don't see no one getting what they want with Tank Davis. I think if Shakur Stevenson were to fight Tank Davis now, Tank is not going to be kind enough in business, so to speak, to at least just give Shakur like $3 million or $3.5 million. I don't think that'll happen. But that's the difference between maybe a Tank and a Spence. But remember, the Spence and Crawford fight happened 5 years later. But remember, back in 2018, they showed that famous meetup with the Ellie Setback, Ellie Sucker Nigga Nutsack had recorded. The phone line's back over, man. 530-494-9636. We have over 400 likes. Let's go ahead and drop the phone lines one more again. Let's drop the phone lines one more again.
Hit the Cash App, $FDMG School. Hit the PayPal, International Africans.
Phone lines open, man. 530-494-9636. So, when they showed that famous meet back then, even though even though both of those guys only had one belt, all that stuff at that time, that video that Ellie did got over 1 million views. That shit went viral. That's when it was hot. 2018, 2019. We got the fight. Everyone was excited. But then now people are left to wonder, man, goddamn, the car accident. Man, goddamn, man, he wasn't the same. This and that. They're saying that now after the fact, but prior they wasn't saying that. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what makes boxing so exciting. It's the risk that you take. Two high-level caliber fighters fighting each other at their peak time. That's what brings the mystique to it. The actual curiosity to this is a 50-50 fight. I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Coach? It's D-Block 3 times.
D-Block, talk to me.
Now I want to tell to the community and to all the people around the world, especially Baltimore, of course. Tuck and D, I know you there, and I appreciate you, man. I know you riding for your man. You there. I'm good. I know you are. And, at the end of the day, like we say, Coach, like we always say, it's about what have you proven yourself in the ring.
Right.
Now, when you look at Tank Davis, and some people even now questioning Shakur Stevenson and Haney, saying, have they fought black fighters? Slick black fighters. Now, I know Haney came up, and he went to Mexico, and he fought his first 15 fights in Mexico. Am I right or am I wrong, Coach?
I don't know if he fought 15, but yeah, Devin Haney started his career off in Mexico, and he did. He went to Mexico, turned pro at 17 or something of that sort, and yeah, he did. He went and found some. I don't know how true this is now, but I heard Bill went over there and found some tomato cans over there.
Yeah. But so what I'm trying to say, Coach, is there's no wrong with aligning yourself and kicking them with the brothers. You know what I mean? Especially with some tacos, burritos, whatever you want to eat. We will presently feed you. I mean, we'll mix each other's culture and make each other powerful. You know what I mean? With us, brown and black, brother, I tell you, nobody can fuck with us, and that's fact. So I got nothing but praise. for Haney's dad, like I always say. He took him to Mexico. You know, there's some hard motherfuckers down there. I don't care what they say, Coach. Ain't no tomato cans, but you can say that. Yeah, he probably did fight some old ass fight. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, when you in the ring and you're proving yourself, and the people, the masses, which I'm talking about, the people that want to see something in boxing, they want to see legitimate fights. They want to say, who have you fought? When have you fought them? And how did you look when you fought them? For me, Coach, when you're telling me 3 or 4 years from now, Tank Davis ain't going to fight Shakur or Haney, does that tell you something, Coach? I know they're saying it's going to make pay-per-view in the future, but what is that telling you about Tank Davis? He's still holding that WBA Reggie belt.
No, you know,
and still not fighting nobody.
No,
Go ahead,
what it is you know that's their business model. Like, it's the same thing that Floyd did the last 15 fights. But what I criticize Floyd on is, dude, you had the names that help sell. And I think that's what a lot of people are missing. Like, a lot of diehard Floyd Mayweather fans, they say, yeah, Floyd did this and Floyd did that. But yeah, who did Floyd fight in order to be able to do this and in order to be able to do that? It ain't like Floyd walked in the building, yeah, I'm Floyd Mayweather, my name Mayweather. Like I said before, just buy $4 million pay-per-views and let's break live gate records. Well, why he didn't do it with Berto?
You're right.
Did you
You're
know
right.
what I'm saying?
He did it.
Your dance partner dictates the success of the fight. It's who you're fighting when you fight them. That's just the reality of the situation. Listen, D-Block, there's no comeback sport on the planet. The rule is the same. Who you fought when you fought them. That's what made Floyd do the numbers that him and his opponent did. Because he didn't do it by himself. He did it with another opponent. You know, get what I'm saying? And another guy that was a draw. And that's what frustrates me about Floyd, because he sell his bullshit to a whole lot of casuals online, and they go to regurgitating that shit. Yeah, man, you know, he did such and such. And yeah, Floyd with this and Floyd with that. Yeah, but what but he's only one half of the equation, D-Block. What role did Ricky Hatton play? What role did Oscar De La Hoya play? What role did Manny Pacquiao play? What role did Conor McGregor play? What role did Hog-Head Cheese and Poach Chop Willie play? They didn't have a part in that? Go ahead, D-Block.
You got that right. Yeah. One last thing to say, because, you know, at the end of the day, people, they go three-time D-Block. But this is what we talking about Tank Davis, Coach. Yeah. We talking about the guy that fought nobody at the end of the day. Cherry picks and weight trains people and does whatever he wants because he thinks he's a diva. Now, I love that video you showed, Coach, and I hope you play it after I call or later on when Tank Davis dancing right there, almost half naked with Broner. You know what I mean? Even the other guy getting right behind him, getting close, I like Tank Davis' booty. I like that booty meat. You know, so I gotta say this one thing. I want to tell all the people in Baltimore, don't be scared. Don't be scared to come over D-Block side and hate with that. So remember, all the new people that coming over here on D-Block side, remember how we do it now. We got to say it straight in the show. We got to end it like this. And say it with me, okay? I know you hear me. Say it with me. You alone, you hear me. When you come to the show, you come to hate. But when you come to hate, come with D-Block, D-Town, D-Ville, Baltimore, stand
D-Block, man. You know, D-Block, one thing I say about D-Block is consistent. Right now, you know, when I showed Tank Davis and Richard Hitchison and Adrian Broner dancing, that's kind of like the celebration. That's kind of like the celebration dance. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to Food Revolution. She say this ain't that kind of show D-Block. That's kind of like the celebration dance. A lot of, you know, get what I'm saying? They celebrating, they happy, getting that paper. But I'm just trying to explain to you guys exactly the Floyd Mayweather effect. Like, that dude, like you say, to this day, shout out to All-Star. Like you say, to this day, bro, we talk about Floyd right now. His influence on the sport of boxing is solidified from right now. That just it is what it is. Carla, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Martin from Oakland.
Martin from Oakland, 2 times. Talk to me.
Yeah, Coach. Everything you're saying is 100% factual. Who you fight matters. The names Floyd fought matter. And that's what separates him from someone like Roy Jones Jr., who a lot of the casuals might have never known was the pound-for-pound fighter before Floyd Mayweather. He was the guy that ran boxing before Floyd Mayweather, with one exception. He didn't fight in one of the glamour divisions of boxing, which is what 147 has been historically.
Yeah.
You know, if you compare Floyd's 50 against Roy Jones's first 50, no contest. He was a way flasher, way more exciting fighter. The only difference was the names were there. And more importantly, the Mexican names were there for him to build his name off of. Yeah, he had his legacy as Pretty Boy, but all the money, all the success, all the pay-per-view buys came from these B-side fighters that he fought. Everything was perfectly scripted, the right place, the right time. Nobody in their prime. 39-year-old, Mosley. Oscar De La Hoya faced a boxing, only one fight in 3 years. You know what I mean? All these guys were on the tail end of their career, if not outright done, and he took full advantage of that. Was Floyd great? Absolutely. But you can't compare what Floyd did to what Roy Jones did, jumping up 30 pounds to go from light heavyweight to heavyweight and capturing the belt. He just didn't know where to stop. All they know is the Roy Jones that got knocked out by Tarver. That's the only fighter they know, and that's who they judge him on. And that's not fair to Roy Jones. Floyd, he was great, but he was the right fighter at the right time when social media was getting hot, the right division, and he wrote that to a T. It wasn't like he made something off of nothing. He piggybacked off of fucking Chavez and Tyson, who piggybacked off of Sugar Ray Leonard and the Four Kings, who piggybacked off of Ali, and so on and so forth. It's not like he just came out of nowhere and nobody was watching boxing. All of a sudden, oh my God, you heard of this Floyd Mayweather guy? God damn. Oh, I'm going to watch boxing. Nope. He was just there at the right place at the right time. You know what I mean? There was better guys before, and there's going to be better guys down the line. Everybody's looking at Shakur as the next one, but until he gets the right opponent, he's not going to get the shine he deserves. You know what I mean? Until he's fighting the Williams, the Pettis, and Navarretes, and everybody on that side of the street, on the top-ranked Golden Boy side of the street, he's not going to get all the credit he deserves. And like you said, Tank's going to make us wait, PBC's going to make us wait, and that's one of the things that's wrong with boxing. And until that changes, it's going to suck for the fans, not for the fighters.
Okay. Well, shout out to Martin, man, from Oakland, man. Salute, fam. The guy would say, he said all timers condensed boxing. Well, he said what you said. You said Roy Jones had chin issues. No, Roy never had chin issues. Roy had chin issues when he moved up to heavyweight and fought. I think he fought John Ruiz. When he moved up to heavyweight and beat John Ruiz for the title, and then when he came back down, he dropped like 25, 30 pounds of muscle or 30 pounds to come back to fight Antonio Tarver. That's where his issues started. He never should have dropped or lost all that weight to fight Antonio Tarver because he was past his prime at that point. You go up to heavyweight, lose weight, and then come all the way back down. He wasn't the same fighter anymore. That's just it. But to say Roy had chin issues, he never had chin issues. He never had chin issues until after he came back down from heavyweight after winning the title. That's the context that needs to be put in. Carla, what's your name when you calling from?
Hey, this is Swat Jones, Fort Worth, coach.
Hey, Swat, Fort Worth, talk to me, fam.
Man, fam, what's happening, man? And man, hey, and you brought up that Roy, man. I remember that, man. I remember we was on a high. I'm a Roy fan. That's my dude all the time. We was on that high beating Ruiz at the heavyweight, man. And then, boy, when he got knocked out by Tarver, man, I'm talking about it's like your heart dropped in your stomach if you was a fan, man. So, because, nobody expected that to happen. So that just brought back memories, man. I wanted to tune in, touch on Tank, man. I was thinking about it, man, just listening to the show. Dope topic, dope content, dope phone calls, man. And I'm thinking, I'm like, what do I feel will happen? Like, knowing Floyd. Like, Floyd, what I know is a little thing about Floyd. A lot of times he was smart enough to get some good fighters under his belt early to kind of play that game. And I think that's what Tank, I think he know that, and I think that's why Tank ain't just, it's his choice not to fight some of these people. I think Floyd is telling them the blueprint, but Tank is Floyd 2.0 the way they move. So what I notice is that Floyd like to catch fighters after they got exposed. They might even won the fight. They might even but they got exposed in some kind of way to where that he can capitalize off. Floyd is real smart. I see that about him. So I see
I think you're right. Shakur, he gonna get Shakur 3-5 years down the line, but because I definitely think Tank gonna go for Devin first. Only because of what Loma did to him.
Right.
Only because of that. And I think that Devin is being smart on his end by making himself more marketable. I mean, you see him everywhere, which is smart. I don't think he's doing it to build himself up for Tank, but I think Devin just doing it by himself, which makes him valuable in Tank eyes when it comes to Floyd and that business and all them people over there. So, you know what I'm saying? I think I see Tank probably fighting. Tank probably gonna give us some bullshit, but he did fight 3 times, whatever the hell. But he gonna probably pick up Pitbull's ass and get a quick bag, move on, because that's black and Mexican right there. Get that real quick, tune up. But I think 2024, I think Dale's gonna have a fight at 140. He's gonna look good against what's boy name?
Who having a fight at 140?
Yeah. Devin, what's the boy they trying to set him up with?
No. Devin fighting Regis Prograis. That fight's supposed to go down this year. That fight's supposed to go down actually, I think. In December, yeah.
Yeah. I think Devin gonna look good in that fight. I think Devin gonna, because now his fan base building, Devin talking more. Bill gonna do his thing. I think he gonna look good in front of Regis, which is a credible opponent because he could lose, but I like Regis. You know what I'm saying? So I think after that fight, Devin win. I look to see Tank trying to go get him in 2024. I see that. I could be wrong. I don't know shit. But that's what I'm thinking.
Okay. All right, but shout out to SWAT, man. Shout out to SWAT. Salute. You make your point valid, fam. Fort Worth, stand up.
Never.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I remember that, man, like it was yesterday, man. Cause bro, let me tell you something, boy. Roy Jones was that guy. Like, we loved Roy back in the day. I got a picture of Roy right here on the wall, right? And then I got some of my favorite fighters on the wall. I got Ray Robinson. I got doggone Marvelous Marvin Hagler right there. I got Roy. I got Pernell Whitaker. I got Tyson. Of course, I got Ali right there. You get what I'm saying? So, I got some more old school pictures I have to get on my wall. But, yeah, man, Roy was that guy. Like, I know the brother say that he think Roy had chin issues. And I'm like, can you show me any examples of any fights where Roy Jones had chin issues prior to him coming back down from heavyweight? And, that literally there was nothing that anyone has said in boxing where Roy had chin issues. Like, you can't show me one video. Like, one video, no fights. Roy was destroying motherfuckers prior to becoming the heavyweight champion of the world. He was destroying motherfuckers. Like, literally. You get what I'm saying? Like, literally, he was destroying motherfuckers. So, yeah, man. Yeah, man, for real. Like, Roy was a motherfucker, bro. Like, Roy was a, you know what I mean? So, yeah, we say all the time, you say I can't show you one true. Yeah, I know. I know, it ain't there. Like, Roy was a motherfucker. That's just like somebody, what you say, Damien? You say no fight was close. No, Roy was running through Roy was running through motherfuckers, man. He embarrassed one of my other favorite fighters, James Lightside Tony. Antonio Tarver, bro. Like, it was the funniest shit. It wasn't funny. It was kind of a nightmare, but like I saw a look on Roy Jones' face where he just wasn't the same. He moved back down, fought Antonio Tarver. Some say he lost that decision, but he ended up winning the decision. I think he won the last 3 rounds. He pulled it out. But Roy never should have rematched Antonio Tarver. When he rematched Antonio Tarver, and, because Roy's performance wasn't that good, wasn't that great in that fight. And Antonio Tarver is a southpaw, of course. And Antonio Tarver is a Florida boy. He's from Orlando. But he lives right here in Tampa. As a matter of fact, me and Antonio Tarver live in the same neighborhood. Neighborhood I live in, Antonio Tarver live in the same neighborhood that I live in a different subdivision. But yeah, so and he said, he looked at Roy, he said, what's gonna be your excuse tonight, Roy? He said, or he said something of that sort. You got any excuses tonight, Roy? Look at that face that Roy Jones had. Look at the look on Roy Jones' face when he fought Antonio Tarver in the rematch. He did not look the same. He didn't look confident. He didn't look, as a matter of fact, the look that he had on his face was the same look that Errol Spence had on his face when he fought Crawford. That Errol Spence had on his face in the rematch. If you look at this thumbnail, I want you guys to see something. I got a thumbnail, right? I got a thumbnail that I can show you guys. There's a look, and I knew. I say, yeah, man, Crawford gonna beat this dude here. Like I said, Crawford. I said Crawford definitely gonna stop him. Crawford definitely gonna stop him. There's a look, and I want to show it to you. Hold on. It's gonna be on downloads. Let's put it on desktop. Let's save it to desktop, right? And I want to show you guys something. I want to show you something. And I'm like, damn, why Roy? I'm like, damn, why Roy looking like that, man? Roy looking like Roy had this look on his face, dog. Like, hey, you know, Roy was my man's, you know. Roy was my man's. Hold on, where is that? Roy had a look on his face, like, okay, why? And I'm like, why the fuck is Roy? Man, why Roy looking like? Roy had a look on his face, dog. I want y'all to see this look that's on Errol Spence's face. This is, he said, yeah, that's what he said. Any excuses tonight, Roy? Like Antonio Tarver knew. He said, I got this nigga here, boy. I taught this nigga in the motherfucking taking this rematch. Roy should have never took that rematch. He because Roy Jones was a very arrogant fighter as well. He was very arrogant, very cocky, and you know, and he thought that he was that same guy, and he just clearly wasn't. I want y'all to look at this look on Errol Spence's face. Look at the look on Errol Spence's face and look at the look on Terrence Crawford's face. If a picture can say 1,000 words, what does that picture tell you? True, true, true. They say a photo is worth 1,000 words. What does that picture right there tell you? I think this was the weigh-in. This was the weigh-in. What does that tell you? Have you ever seen Errol Spence have a look on his face like this before a fight? Never. Now look at Terrence Crawford. The man, you know, he looked like he weight drained. Terrence Crawford did look like he was weight drained in this fight. Looked like he was, you know, Spence, you don't even see no skeleton, like no bone structure in his face. Crawford his face was sunken in real bad, stuff like that. But look at Crawford look like an old junkyard dog here. His beard ain't combed, hair, he don't give a damn. You get what I'm saying? But look at the look on Terrence Crawford's face and look at the look on Errol Spence's face. That right there told the story. One guy looked like dog. One guy looked like a pit that haven't eaten a meal. Okay, I don't know anything about dogs, guys. I don't, you know, boy look like one of them old shade tree mechanics that can snatch an engine out, snatch an entire engine out of the car with his bare hands. But I don't know anything about game dogs. A lot of you guys do know. I really don't know much about dogs, to be fair. But I can paint this analogy. Just imagine you got two dogs, right? You got one dog, he be eating high on the hog, he eating steaks, he good, he full, right? And another dog, he's starving. You got another dog, he haven't eaten a meal in 2 weeks. You got another dog, he haven't eaten a meal in 2 weeks. 2 weeks this dog haven't eaten a meal. He hungry than a motherfucker. He's not hungry, he hungry. Do y'all guys know what hungry is? He's not hungry, he's hungry. Like Hongry, hungry. This dude is hungry, boy. He got a look on his face like, boy, I got your ass right now. So Roy Jones had a look on his face in the ring, kind of like what Errol had, but he had his head down. He didn't want to make any eye contact with Antonio Tarver, and Antonio Tarver was mean mugging Roy Jones. True, true, true. He was mean mugging my dog. I said, damn, why this nigga mean mugging Roy like that, man? That nigga don't know that nigga don't know why he mean mugging Roy. But Roy had his head down. I said, damn, why this nigga got his head down? And next thing you know, he got knocked out. True, true, true. Roy did get up. I think Roy did get up, but the referee just like, man, my nigga, you know, it's done. His legs was gone, and he ain't been the same since. He haven't been the same since, so you get what I'm saying? So I'm just saying sometimes, boy, they can give you that look. You can see something like, man, I don't like the way that nigga looking, dog. Like I need to see what Jermell Charlo and Canelo gonna look like on the way in. That's gonna tell me what I need to know. Like, yo, all that shit look good now. But hold on, I need to see what y'all look like in the weigh-in. Because the weigh-in gonna tell me everything I need to know about Jermell Charlo. If I see Jermell Charlo, shout out to my sister Lisa Bells. If I see Jermell Charlo, Lisa, with a look on his face, like he's shaking like booty meat, I'm gonna be like, man, this nigga here, man. This nigga here finna get stopped. Shout out to RB, shout out to RB the baller. Hey, okay. For dropping that half for bam, dub on your boy. Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
What did he say? He say Shakur and Haney should fight now, not wait until the end of their careers. They're young enough to make a competitive trilogy. He said they'll build each other up. That's what's best for boxing. Yeah, you know what, RB the Baller, it's just a different era right now, dog. It's just a different era right now. Yeah, it's a different era, fam. Shout out to my sister Ebony. Hey, okay. For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Ebony, what you say, sis? You say it says finish. Yeah, like when I saw that look, I said, yeah, man, this nigga finna get stopped.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
I say, yeah, this nigga here finna get stopped, boy. This shit right here finna get stopped. And now there's another picture. Let me see, can I find that picture? There's another picture where Crawford was looking at Spence. Remember they were doing the face-off? Hold on. What's that picture? Y'all remember that picture they were doing the face-off? And Crawford was staring at Spence, and Spence turned his head first, and then Spence turned his head first, and then Crawford did like that, and he sucked his teeth. He looked at Spence after Spence turned his head, and then Crawford sucked his teeth like, yeah, nigga, yeah, I got your ass. And then they turned around. I say, man, bruh. You know, again, maybe that was the clone, because they did say that wasn't him, that was a clone. But I don't know who it was, the clone or Spence. But whether it was the clone or somebody, I knew right then. I won $3,000 right now. I bet up my money, and Bomac them told me. Bomac, Soul, Red. He said, yeah, we're gonna stop this dude, man. He said, we're gonna stop this dude. Now, Coach Red betted on the 9th round. I'm finna tell y'all something, and I think I told you guys this before. This is the true story. Coach Red bet on the 9th round for Crawford, for Bud to stop Spence. Some people say that, hey, man, it looked like Bud could have been got him out of there. He carried him. There might be some validity to the carrying party. You can tell he could have got him out of there. Like, yeah, Bud carried him, right? He could have got him out of there. It's like he just wanted to punish him. Now, miraculously, when the 9th round came, that's the round that Spence got stopped in. The exact same round that Coach Red betted on. True. I just want to throw that out there. Let's give everybody a round of applause. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. And again, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. I ain't trying to throw nobody under the bus, but I'm just saying, dog, I'm like, damn, these niggas, boy, I'm talking about, boy, these niggas were doing the Tootsie Roll. I said, bro, let me tell you something. They were just too happy. I was at the Crawford send-off in Omaha, Nebraska. Nigga, everybody was dancing. They were doing the Tootsie Roll. They were doing the butterfly. I saw doggone, we at Bud House, and I saw doggone Bud and his sisters them. They were doing the electric slide. Well, his cousins them was doing the Kid and Play. I said, damn, why these niggas always motherfucking, why these motherfuckers always, why they celebrating? They was celebrating. They was cooking fish before the fight. Yeah, we got that nigga now, dog. I'm trying to tell you, dog. I said, I think I saw Bomac and Coach Red doing the Kid and Play. They were doing the Kid and Play. Yeah, you guys, you jitterbug probably know what the Kid and Play is. Y'all go watch the Kid and Play then. I say Bomac, old big Bomac. Bomac and Red were doing the Kid and Play. I said, damn, why they doing the Kid and Play? What's going on? Them niggas was motherfucking celebrating. True. He said, yeah, we gonna stop. He said, we gonna stop this dude. He said, we got him. We finally got him, boy. We tricked this nigga into signing the contract. I say, for real? Like, yeah, Mr. Bomac, He say, listen, man, we gonna stop him. We gonna stop him. I said, we gonna stop him. I'm telling you, you're gonna be surprised at how easy we make it look. So I said, let me go ahead and interview doggone Red. Red said the same thing. Red, I got the interviews on my YouTube channel. But this what he told me. This what he told me off record. This what he told me off the camera. He said, yeah, you're gonna be surprised at how easy we make this look. And then of course Bernie, Bernie always talk trash. Bernie like, we gonna stop him. The man ain't bought nobody but bums. You guys know how Bernie the Boss talk. Man, the man overrated. He flat-footed, come forward, shoot behind that slow-ass jab. He say, man, we gonna kill him. So they were Bernie. That what Bernie the Boss was saying, right? He say, man, we gonna kill him. The man, come on, man. The man, he's a good fighter, man, but come on, man. Boy, I gonna kill this dude. So I said, okay, I can't hear what Bernie say. Let me go talk to Saul. Saul, like, yeah, man, we gonna get him, man. You know, we're happy. We're happy. Like Saul, that's one of the Buzz lead trainers. He got 3 trainers. Saul is he's from Mexico. Saul had a mariachi band outside. I say, Saul, why you got the mariachi band outside? They was out there dancing and shit. Saul had all the Mexicans from Omaha out there dancing. I say, damn, Saul got the mariachi band out there. All the Mexicans from Omaha dancing. Bomac and Coach Red doing the kid and play. Doggone Bernie the Bosser talking about we gonna kill him. All that stuff there. I say, man, these niggas is just a little too confident. They just, you know what, man? Let me go ahead and drop a couple $2 on this here, man. True. But hey, Swah. I say, man, these niggas here too confident, boy. I'm like, shit, these niggas too confident. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. I say, you know what, man, yeah, we gonna stop. So I picked the 10. I say, you know what, dog, I got Crawford stopping them in 10. I got him stopping them in 10, right? I got to stop them in 10. So I was like, these niggas were just, they were just too confident, bro. They was too confident, fam. I ain't never seen nobody that confident. Last time I seen confidence like that was when Antonio Tarver fought Roy Jones in the second fight. Like, he was mean mugging my dog, Roy. Roy had his head down, didn't want to make eye contact. I said, I ain't never seen Roy do that. Man. Damn, this nigga got Roy shaking like booty meat. And then when I saw Roy get knocked out, dog, I was devastated. I was like, damn. Ah, shit. But I couldn't get too mad at Tarver. Bro. But cause he a Florida boy. Say Antonio Tarver from Florida, but we weren't rocking with Tarver like that. To be honest with you. But when he beat Roy, we just had to, we had to get in line. We like, all right, man, goddamn. Shout out to Yamas. He said, I was bugging when you said YouTube get 30% of super chat bets. He said you didn't even care. Yeah, no, they get 30%. No, but the brother that I bet was from Orlando. His name was Trap from Orlando, Yamas. The agreement was he was supposed to send the $500 cash out. He sent the $500 in the super chat, and YouTube took 30% of that. 30, not 30%, 30% of that. So that was the agreement. The brother went on ahead and, sent, so it turned out to be a $350 bet, really, because YouTube got $150. You know what I mean? Got 150 of those dollars. You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. Let's give everybody a round of applause one more again. Yeah, man, let's give everybody a shout out who called the show, and we're gonna give everybody a shout out who sent the super chat. Shout out to D Block 3 times from Dallas, Texas. Shout out to Jared from Beatmore. Shout out to Ron from Duval. Shout out to Damien from Beatmore. Salute, fam. Shout out to Coach Eddie from the ATL. Shout out to Yamas from Brooklyn. Salute, my brother. Shout out to Jamie from New York. Shout out to Martin from Oakland 2 times. Shout out to Swat Jones from Fort Worth, Texas. Fort Worth, stand up. Shout out to my sister Ebony 76. Shout out to RB the Baller. Shout out to Rick Starr. Shout out to LB. Shout out to OP Gamer. And shout out to Jethro 66. It is what it is, and we gotta send a shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We gotta send a shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out, as a matter of fact, hold it. Shout out to all the Nintendo Rollers, man. We can't forget about Nintendo Rollers now. Shout out to who want to make sure we got everybody. Do we got everybody? No. Okay, I got everybody. Yeah, shout out to Summer in November. Shout out to my sister Lisa Bales. Shout out to Passion for Beauty. Shout out to Elena. Shout out to my sister Bless 365. Shout out to my sister Jackie Hernandez. Shout out to Sheila E. Shout out to La Jessica. Shout out to Nick Rich, my sister. Shout out to Food Revolution. Shout out to Green Eyes P. Shout out to the Duchess of Wisdom. Shout out to Letitia. Shout out to Kiki. And shout out to Ebony 76. Let's give those lovely ladies a round of applause. The Tenderonis is always a priority over here in the chat. the tenderonis is always a priority over here in the chat. I just want to throw that out there. Some dudes, you know, they don't want to make the women priorities. I have no idea. For those guys who don't like the tenderonis, let's say a special prayer for them before we continue the shout out.
And I want you to hold on to God's unchanging hand, because He helped Joshua fight the battle of Jericho. Yes. He helped Daniel get out the lion's den. He helped Gilligan get off the island. Lord.
If you are a man in the chat, or not the chat, you hate watching the show, didn't want to hit the like button, and you're suffering from a bad case of gooch grease, you ain't got to say nothing, just plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anything you say, 5. Go ahead, ask me a question. Did you? 5.
And even if you hate watching the show, you ain't gotta like it, but you better respect it.
Nigga, when my name come up, respect it. Let's go. Stop playing with my fucking name. All 3 of y'all, stop playing with my name. I ain't gonna say it no more. Put some respect on my name.
And I want to give a special shout out, man, to all of the fighters all of the big fights that we have gotten thus far this year. You know, the Tank Davises, the Ryan Garcias, the Devin Haney's, the Lomachenkos, the Errol Spences and the Terrence Crawfords, even the women fighters as well, just a lot of the women boxers, just any names I may have forgotten, just the big fights. I can't think of all of them right now, and I don't want to leave any names out. Like Booger Ray, I don't want to leave any names out. But shout out to those guys, man, who've been putting it on so far, bringing big time boxing back.
Don't ever forget, when I found you, you was strung out on coke. When I found you, you was like a big house, contemplating about killing yourself. So don't you ever forget who brought you to big time boxing. I drugged you back. I brought you back. I provided food and put food on your table for your family to eat. And I'm doing it for the second time. So don't you ever forget that.
Yeah, some of y'all dropped it in the chat. We got Teofimo Lopez and Josh Saylor. We got Devin Haney and we got Haney and Lomachenko. We got Cool Boy Stealth. We got Cool Boy Stealth in New Way the Monster. Just a couple of those big time boxing matches. And we cannot end this show without saying all praises due to the Most High, the Most Exalted, the greatest human being on the planet Earth, Mr. Al Heyman.
Well, I guess I gotta be like everybody else and saying Al Heyman. I can quit my job now, baby. 6 figures, baby. You feel me? But a name. Do you have a name? Oh, nah, I ain't got no name,
Name them names, man.
They know who they is.
Name them names, please. The names need to be named.
They know who they is.
The Mexican Monster.
If you are the #1 contender in any weight division and you feel like there's a particular fighter ducking you, do not be afraid to get in front of the media and plead your case.
Now, I am the #1 contender. I'm tired of James the Poodle, Grim Reaper, whatever you want to call himself, ducking me. All right, I'm tired of man driving around town in 8 Rolls Royces. He ain't fought nobody. I'm still in a bro-hand.
There might be a couple of dudes that's suffering from a bad case of gooch grease, and they're still upset that Crawford and Spence fight is over with and Spence lost. Like, they have not let this thing go. Like, literally, I do not understand it. I don't get it. Like, these dudes don't have that much emotion for their kids or their women, if they have any women. I seriously doubt it. But some of these niggas in their 50s and 60s, these old crested ass niggas with cottage cheese and titties is still crying. When you have one of these old cream corn ass niggas coming over here talking that flim flam, popping that weed, we gotta remind them to shut that soft ass shit.
Shut that soft ass shit up.
And the best man
will win. That's some soft ass shit. Shut that soft ass shit up. All that soft talking. I know you can do it, man. You got to. Man, shut that soft ass shit up.
Just want to throw it out there. At Nick Sack Promotions, once you sign a contract with Nick Sack Promotions and Coach Malachi Williams, if you try to get out of your contract, my office hours are between the hours of 9 to 5.
I need to talk to you right now about my royalties and how you keep your books.
My office hours are from 9 to 5.
Fuck your office hours. I need to talk to you right now, motherfucker.
We over here at Nick Sack Promotions, we specialize in having fighters that know how to catch bullets with their teeth.
I am sick of hearing these bullshit Superman stories about the Wassa legendary Bruce Leroy catching bullets with his teeth. Catches bullets with his teeth? Nigga, please.
And shout out to my dog Booger Ray Leonard and Eddie, the Hitman Hearns.
Sunshine when Tank's gone.
I'll smack the shit out in front of everybody.
Only dark times for you.
I mean, just throw Haney's name in the hat. There is no fucking hat.
Ain't no sunshine when Tank's gone.
I don't play them type of games.
Leonard Ellerbe. Why you always talking about me?
Did you fucking learn your lesson from that? With AJ?
Ain't no sunshine when Tank's gone.
I'll knock that motherfucker's hole out. Period.
Only dark times for you.
There ain't no hats to throw nothing in here. We're running a fucking business.
Ain't no sunshine when Tank's gone.
You fucking idiot.
Leonard Ellerbe. Why you always talking about?
Hey, shout out to Thugger D. Hey, Thugger D, you know what I'm saying? You know, this show has turned the phone line turned into the I Hate Tank Davis phone line. Some of you dudes who was hating today, some of y'all need to be in jail.
You sound like a bitch. Bitch. Man, I ain't worried about jail. Shit, man, I don't give a damn about going to jail. Nigga, take me to jail.
Take me to jail?
Shit, lock me up.
Lock me up.
Throw away the kid.
Throw away the kid.
I got some good news, guys. Ryan Garcia, I'm hearing Oscar De La Hoya say that Ryan Garcia will be back in November. And I think Ryan is very, very happy that he's fighting again in November.
I actually do cuss a little.
Do you?
Also, yeah.
What's your favorite curse word?
Probably fuck.
Some of you dudes that suffer from a bad case of gooch grease, don't know nothing about boxing, coming over here, talking that flim-flam, popping that weak, you better go ahead on before you get your little thick ass tossed up.
Man, who this little young whippersnapper running all up into my combo? Look at you. You're all wet behind your ears. Breath smelling like Similac. Man, you better go on home before you get your little thick ass tossed up.
And if you one of these sapsuckers hating on that Cody, I don't like that nigga show, then guess what, nigga? Don't watch it.
Don't ever come by here. Okay?
Hey, we do got Richard Hitchison. We're gonna talk about him. He fighting this weekend. He fighting in Orlando, man. I think I'm gonna make that fight. I'm not sure yet. It's gonna be a last minute decision, but it ain't last minute decision. Today Wednesday. So yeah, I might as a matter of fact, it's in Orlando. I probably wanna go to that fight. I be so damn busy, dog, on Saturdays, dog. Like, Saturdays is like the only day I really have to get a lot of shit done. So I'm gonna see, man. I'm gonna see what I can do. Orlando's like 55 minutes away from me, so I'm gonna see what I can do.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all. I did this for the hood. Y'all know I beat that boy.
Now, if I don't go, we will do a fight party. I can promise you that.
Hurting the group? I'm the best thing ever happened to this damn group.
Nobody's bigger than the group.
Y'all ain't stupid. I'm the one selling the records. They coming to see me.
They coming to see the Temptations.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
And another thing too, man, brothers, there's nothing wrong with brothers. You know what I mean? You know, being brothers, man, you showing your brother, love and all that stuff there. You got some people out there, they have brothers, and you have other people out there, they have brothers. In order for us to bring big time boxing back to where we want it to be, as a boxing community, especially on social media, we gotta weed out the sapsuckers and the jive turkeys and the ham bones. We gotta weed them out. But the essence of boxing, the true fans, what we gotta do, we gotta come together and collectively.
Now, I run every kind of bitch, every kind of place, and I know one thing. When it comes down on you, you either collectivize or you run like a solitary rat.
And one thing I can tell you, if a nigga want to smoke, when they bring their ass over here, and when you sign the Nick Sack Promotions, I promise you, you will learn the quarter blood technique.
I am a chain belt in Kung Fu. Bruce Lee was my teacher. Watch this. Called the quarter blood technique. You do that, a quarter blood will drop out of a person's body.
And you know, man, a lot of times I think, you know, we got to be able to tie the old school to the new school, and the new school to the old school. Shout out to Rocky Marciano. You feel me? Rocky Marciano.
What about Rocky Marciano? Oh, there they go. There they go. Every time I start talking about boxing, a white man got to pull Rocky Marciano out their ass. That's the one. That's the one. Rocky Marciano. Rocky Marciano. Let me tell you something once and for all. Rocky Marciano was good, but compared to Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano ain't shit. He beat Joe Louis's ass.
It is what it is, man. Hey, just imagine you a fighter. You somebody like Shakur Stevenson. You somebody like Devin Haney, whatever. You know, you trying to get a fight with Tank Davis. You know what I mean? You know, Tank is the A side. He do what he want to do. Like, nigga, all roads lead to me. And you sitting there trying to talk to Booger Ray and all that stuff there. And, like, Shakur was right. He said, you can't make Tank Davis no offer. Tank Davis make you the offers. You get what I'm saying?
Who you think he is? DJ Quick?
No,
huh?
No, I ain't saying
Kid
that.
Capri?
I didn't say
Huh? Oh, you must be Jimmy Walker. Well, you ain't nothing. You don't deserve nothing. You don't get nothing. You get what I give you. I got a contract between me and you that say you do what I tell you to do. Therefore, shut the fuck. Don't say nothing. Don't speak to me. Don't look at me.
I just want money. You know, I just said.
Blue, if I raise up, gonna be trouble. Trouble. I'm walking off.
Hey man, shout out to y'all in the building, man.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Charles Johnson. Shout out to Swat Jones.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Jamie Rivera. Shout out to La Jessica.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Jason, follower of Christ. Shout out to Schoolo X-Man.
Hey, okay.
I gave a shout out to all of the ladies already as well. Shout out to Weedy.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to the Godfather of Boxing. Shout out to T Seals. T Seals, what's going on, fam? T Seals ATL.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Thug and D. What's going on, fam?
Hey, okay.
You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. Just shout out to everybody, man. All of the brothers in the chat, man. Shout out to Robin V.
Hey, okay.
It is what it is. I think shout out to All Timers, Condensed Boxing.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, man. Just shout out to a lot of people that's out there already.
Come fucking with me, you gonna get knocked the fuck out. I'm a knockout artist, baby.
You know, that's how we do it, man. That's how we do it. It is what it is. Once again, it's on. And you know what? I can't forget about, shout out to all of the cream corn niggas out there. If you a dude that's suffering from gooch grease and you old cream corn ass nigga, it is what it is. And yeah, shout out to Keenan, man. Shout out to Keenan. Shout out to Weedy. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. But if you dealing with if anybody in the chat, if you run across a nigga that's an old cream corn ass nigga, he talking that flim flam popping that wheat, when you pull up on him, guess what? He ain't gonna do nothing.
Yep, that's right. I'm running things. I'm running things. Cream corn. That's why they call me that. Smooth. I got more measure for your pleasure. Stick with me, baby. I'll have you farting through silk. And let a nigga mess with me. I'll jump on him. All 93 pounds of pure dynamite.
And let a nigga mess with me. I jump on him with 93 pounds of pure dynamite. Hey, y'all go watch Black Dynamite. Boy, Black Dynamite, bro, is hilarious, bro. That movie right there, Black Dynamite, is literally one of the funniest movies, man, I've ever seen. And since we had a good show today, it's only right that we celebrate. Let's hit the celebration dance for the show.
Hey, yeah. Oh, that look good.
Hey, you know what, man? You know what I want to do too, man? We gonna do something special. We gonna do something special, man. Shout out. Hey, let's go ahead and hit AB, man. Hit AB right quick, man. It is what it is, man. Listen, it's only right that we shoot this one in there. Shout out to Bomac again. Hopefully everything work out for the brother. His legal team is really, really working real hard. We gonna see how it work out. But I just always like to show this every now and then, just to let it be known.
Las Vegas, make some noise for the next undisputed welterweight champion of the world, Derek Blood fucking Crawford!
Look. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, there's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting when he rolls down. Crowd goes so loud, he opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's choking now, everybody's choking now. The clock's run out.
From a great show, a one-sided ass beat.
Shout out to all the haters and doubters. My boy Undisputed. I've been telling each and every one of y'all for years. A lot of y'all over here looking sad. Ellie, you looking like a retarded ass dude over there because you was going against me. I get to say I told y'all.
It is what it is. Once again, it's on. It's up, Coach Malachi Williams signing out. 2 minutes today, USA Boxing. It is what it is, man. You ain't got to like it, but you better respect it. See you guys tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We're going to have another banger. You know my motto. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.